Let's get this thing going. Checking if we're live. We should be. Da-da-da-da-da. There we go.
I ain't sorry for breaking Gigi for the record.
You're not sorry at all.
I know. Isn't that wonderful?
I don't know what I'm gonna do with you, man. I really don't.
But you love me.
Yeah, and I'm starting to regret that love.
Hey! Mean! I didn't do you to deserve that. Damn!
I'm sorry.
It's just cold.
It's the rules. It's the rules. Law of the
what
jungle.
rules?
Law of the jungle, baby.
Oh my. That doesn't make sense, though.
I usually don't make sense. You know this.
But, that makes no sense, though.
I know. It's not supposed to make sense.
So me sounding like Reed isn't supposed to make sense either.
You win. You win. You win.
Love you too.
Shut up.
Love you too, baby.
I feel the love, but the love ain't there. Ray.
But the love is there. You're just lying to yourself.
You're lucky if you send that in chat to see the moronic. We'll just wait for a few peeps to get in here.
Okay.
Hopefully the notification bell ain't broken.
Yeah, but I'm surprised if YouTube somehow broke it again. They can't seem to keep it fixed.
Yeah.
I mean, it is YouTube. I mean, Twitch is at least consistent in that department. Sad as it is. Like, let's be fair. The sad part is Twitch has actually been proven to be more consistent when it comes to notifications. I mean, honestly, I think you could take some notes from Twitch in that department at least.
But yeah. But yeah, you're not supposed to make sense.
Randomness is supposed to make sense? When the fuck was this?
I know, you're not supposed to make sense.
Exactly. Nazu.
No one's here yet, but it's okay. I mean, I streamed at a bad time, but that's fine. I mean, this isn't going to be a long stream, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it is fairly late, and it would be considered a school night for many, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It can't be helped.
Hello, Pinky Husky. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream.
What's up?
Welcome to the stream. Yeah. We're here to discuss. We're here to talk about things, do some stuff. Just laid back chillness.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoy yourselves. So, how's your day going, hun? Well, I already asked that, but you know.
I mean, it's been going well enough. Just like I said, at the moment, I'm going to, like I said before we started streaming, I'm just going to wrap up this baseline sketch real fast and then take a break. Because otherwise I'm going to unintentionally stress myself out trying to get everything done at once. Because I tend to do that on occasion.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. And if you did that, I'll kick your ass.
Not just that, but also to be fair, the cold is making my bones ache a little bit.
Well, at least you're not the only one. I mean, hell, I've been kind of sleeping on my back, and it kind of hurts to get up from,
That's
from the
the
floor.
unfortunate consequence of sleeping on an air mattress too often. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's your fault. Just point out like that's one I guess you could say consequences of an air mattress. Like, yeah, they can be fun to sleep on occasion, but if you sleep on them too often, your back suffers for it later. Which is why it's usually a better idea to sleep on something a little more firm-ish.
Adrian, welcome to the stream. Also, sorry to hear that,
What's
Pinky
up?
Husky. They have to deal with
What
drama.
happened?
She's dealing with drama with a kid.
Gross drama.
Yeah. Don't we just hate that in the new year? Just drama.
All I want to say is I'm happy I didn't have to deal with it the first week of this year.
YouTube taking notes from Twitch on how to probably send out notifications when people go lag. It's like wanting the weather down here in Australia to be more consistent and not to be a mess each day. Sorry if that was long, guys.
Yeah, but YouTube and Mother Nature are two completely different bitches. Yes, I said that on purpose.
I mean, YouTube's a crack whore and Mother Nature's a
bitch.
Yeah, a bitch.
Like I said, that's two different bitches altogether. But yeah, I see where you're going with that.
But yeah, you know the drill like always, guys. If you guys want to donate, the pin things in the chat. Donate at your own leisure. I'm not asking for much. Any penny counts.
Pretty much.
If you can't pay, don't worry. Your support is also allowed. Because y'all matter. Guess you could say it was a God damn it, Duran! Fucking pun. God fucking damn it, Duran.
Ew, drama. That's all I say. Ew.
It's gross.
Ew, drama.
It's gross. Ew.
It's gross.
Very gross. Ew.
Drama is more gross than... I'm trying to think of something more gross. You know what? I consider drama about as gross as the idea of Devore having, for Mortal Kombat, having children.
I mean, that's why Devore has Weevil.
Ew! We don't talk about that!
I'm not wrong.
I know, but still, we don't talk about that. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not wrong.
Because, 1, it's Devore. 2, it's Weevil. And 3, the two of them having children? Fucking gross.
I know, but
I can't be the only one thinking this, chat. I can't be the only one thinking this. Again, that's fucking nasty.
Again, like I said, I'm not wrong when I say that's Weevil and Devore. Weevil is Devora's concubine.
Gross. Fucking gross, hon. Fucking gross.
Well, excuse me. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules.
I still stand by what I said. That's still gross.
Again, like, I don't make the rules of this shit. I'm just going with what you're going.
Yeah, but I stand by what I said. That's still fucking gross. And you can't blame me for saying it. Like, I don't think anybody in this chat right now can blame me for saying that.
Every day my parents do drama, it's annoying. Yeah, I can relate to that.
Can I just point out that people who intentionally cause drama are fucking assholes?
Big time asshole.
Like, can we all just agree that people who intentionally cause drama for dumbass reasons pretty much don't deserve to have children?
Yeah.
I'm just speaking very bluntly.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
Yeah, but I ain't changing my mind anytime soon either.
I still tested positive. That's kind of...
Test positive for COVID, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Ouch. All I can say is, honestly, do whatever you can to take care of yourself, and make sure to keep like whatever like spread of it to a bare minimum. Because COVID's still going pretty fucking rampant here in the US alone, so and I'm not entirely sure about other countries, but it's still pretty bad over here, so
By the way, have you considering doing some sort of story arc skit, just like how Prince Vegeta and Slick do it? I might, but here's the problem.
I need some ideas first.
Yeah, I need some ideas, and I kind of need to get voice actors. Plus,
not to mention our schedules don't exactly make it easy on us.
Yeah.
We already have our hands full with, to be fair, some of our own streams, our own content, the Retro Warriors biz.
Yeah.
Not to mention some of the other stuff we already have in the works.
And besides, even if I do get started on the whole skit thing, I'm just gonna be like a one-trick pony.
Yeah. Not necessarily. Depends on what we write for it, to be fair. Like, it could be like, say, an impromptu skit, for example. Like some of the ideas I suggested to Edgy and Justin, like, a while back. Like, we've been making plans to do them, we just haven't had the time. So, if nothing else, we have some ideas we're considering.
Yep. Just know my OC likes Turles and she wants a harem.
I have a surprisingly, how do I put this? I made this up as mostly a joke, but apparently now Justin and Edgy want to actually do the whole, bartender AU thing I suggest as a joke.
That would be interesting. I mean, again, like if it's up to people if they want to see skits, like actual skits, like how Prince Vegeta and Slick Goku and Abridged Goku do theirs.
All I'll say this when it comes to skits, originality is key.
Like I don't.
You don't want to like copy someone else's shit.
Yeah, like I don't want to be a one-trick pony off of them because like doing those, like looking at those skits and doing those, it's gonna be fucking hard to the bone. Like to write it down, to write all that shit down. And plus, I don't have like art assets, characters.
The art assets isn't too big an issue actually. The problem is again, our schedules are literally our biggest hurdle right now. Like how I put it. Like the art assets aren't too big an issue. Depending on like when we are able to find the time to to get that shit done.
And besides, like it's up to you guys if you want to see that kind of video. Like it's up to you guys if you want to see anything that I gotta offer because I do have some ideas for this year. I just need to think on them. Because for right now, you're just getting the craziness. You're getting the retro reviews, getting the short bits.
Yeah, which reminds me, we're already going ahead. Like, we're gonna be recording another one soon enough.
And last time I checked for part 4 of the Boondocks, I only have 1 hour and 15 minutes left.
Footage?
Yeah, for the part 1 footage.
Right there.
For the part 1 footage.
That's easy enough for 2 or 3 parts right there. So depending on what happens going forward, well, we definitely have some stuff in the works. Make no mistake. It's just, again, timing is our biggest problem right now. Well, that and basically, to be fair, we've also got some financial shit to deal with as well, considering this month is not the best month for content creators. So yeah, don't be surprised if you hear of me and Crossy taking on commissions and such over, doing any content we would probably want to do right off the bat.
Yeah. Because I'm really trying to avoid my account going in the negatives.
I hear you. Because the bank can charge you for that, unfortunately. And in my case, I have bills to pay both this week and next week. And money has been tight.
Yeah. And mostly money on my end mostly goes to the subscription. currently.
Yeah, but you also you also have been trying to get yourself monetized, which has been a struggle. So
I
there's
mean,
that.
I already like clicked on the thing that says notify me when I'm eligible, which to be fair, my audience has been very finicky, and like I've been trying to upload as much to get the watch time thing to go up.
All I can also say is keep working at it because eventually you're going to get it. That's literally the best advice I can give you on that.
I mean,
Because
my
it's
only
not just a. Go
sorry,
ahead. Go ahead.
it's just that my only chance that I got is like to do stream highlights that they actually want, like the whole boy and rich. If I'm in it,
Yeah, but here's the other thing you got to consider too. Sometimes even the big YouTubers struggle with getting, more viewers. Trust me, I've seen it happen. Not just the small YouTubers. Big YouTubers sometimes have a hard time keeping a consistent audience. This is a fact.
I mean, the Dragon Ball YouTubers seem to be doing it well, like Slick Goku and.
To be fair, Slick
Yeah.
Goku does his
I'm
own thing.
I'm not dissing. I'm not dissing them. To be fair, guys, I really love their content. I mean, kind of have me on.
I was pointing out, I was pointing out how basically, like I said, this month is going to be especially tricky because again, January is not the best month for content creators.
I
Period.
mean, they're taking a load off from like New Year's and shit.
Not just that, but people going back to consider this people going back to work, going back to school, which means they gotta settle into their schedules and shit, which makes it unfortunately much harder to reach out to your audience.
Yeah, and I've mostly been trying to like put like the videos for 5 o'clock or like
It's
anywhere between the night or the afternoon. That way, like the peeps are like out from school and shit.
mm-hmm. That can be difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Cause like it's difficult because I choose like 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, like to decide like
Even
whether or not like they're like I get audiences around that time. Cause I've checked the analytics thing over and over, and they're usually active like around the afternoon, which is like 12 o'clock to 5 o'clock. The list goes on.
if Yeah, because some people probably watching whatever content creators will let out probably during their lunch breaks and stuff. Like we can only take a guess at best at when people are gonna be watching content. Like, especially if they're at work and whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
we there's only so many people we can keep track of to be fair.
I mean, I know Retro Warriors ain't much, but it's kind of useful for if you guys like are on your way to work or on your way to work or at work
At
listening
the
to
very least
it,
taking
and
a listen. Yeah,
yeah.
like taking a listen to our content.
And if you guys have YouTube Premium, it's good for sleeping. If it's good for your sleeping paralysis, sleeping pill.
I don't know. I've heard some people have had like a harder time. I've heard people have a harder time sleeping like to them simply because of our humor.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I've heard. I can't say for certain. So, but it is good for at the very least, distract yourself from whatever is going on in your end, even temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
Evil West supremacy plays a vampire hunter Old West looks. I have not, believe it or not, Logan. I haven't heard of that.
Anywho, guys. But yeah, like I said before, hmm, like I said before, like I really want to do skits. I just need to get the people together to do certain.
Because unfortunately, everyone's got busy schedules.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, like I know some people have been taking extra hours to make up for it, which doesn't help. And I'm talking extra hours at their day jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, that means leaving less time for content creating.
And
It's a bit of a twisted paradox.
Yeah, and like for example, like for Retro Warriors, we have to wait like on our 2 members that have day jobs um while like we're sitting in on the binge watch session. And like I said before in my community post, it takes a hell of a time. Like I know you guys want us to pump out content of Retro Warriors, but it kind of takes like time. And not to mention we're kind of planning things out as we go along.
Not to mention, I made a rant video about this literally almost, what was it, a year ago now?
Mm-hmm.
Pointed out that we have to spend hours upon hours watching the content, doing the research, looking up all the information that we put in our reviews. This shit takes a lot of time. We're not even getting paid for it, to be fair.
Hun, we only have a budget the size of a shoe.
Exactly.
And paperclip.
And Dran, a sad part is, it's not always a lot of people. Sometimes it's just a loud minority. I've literally seen this myself.
Wanting more Crossy. A lot of people wanting more Crossy with Goku Black. Me waiting for the freaking next Food Crossy arc. I was gonna do an eggnog and freaking hot cocoa part 2 last month, but I couldn't get around to it because there was
you have to deal with moving and all that.
Yeah, moving stuff. But I'm currently moved in. I'm currently almost settling in. I have my Xbox One, I have my TV, and hopefully we get the new furniture probably this week or soon.
I can't fault you for that.
And I'm planning to get like a microphone to voice act up and soundproof foam, all that shit. Because the room is all echoey, but you'll learn what
you get. You work with what you get. Mm-hmm. That's the best that I can also say on the matter.
Mm-hmm. Like if I have to sound echoey, then I'm sure people have their ways of isolating it. Besides, my folks don't mind me like saying all these stuff because because this is a different me. I'm a different Crossy.
Yeah. And on my end, what is it? I've had to deal with mostly like financial issues on my end, unfortunately.
It's going great. It's going great. Dran, the new place is going great. We have a backyard. We have everything. I have 3 closets.
Don't ask how, because I'm trying to wrap my head around that one.
I don't know how, but I know my older brother has the biggest room, and I'm fucking jealous I didn't get that one. I'm mad.
But you didn't. You say you had no issue with the 3 closets though. So
I know.
Didn't you still technically make a win out of that?
Yeah, I can make something out of that. Like I can make something out of the closets with the soundproof shit.
Well, there you go. So it's not a bad thing, is it? At least from the sound of it.
Yeah, like I plan to make my own studio, like in my room. Like I plan to do some stuff, but take one step at a time. Like I plan to like upgrade from a laptop to an actual PC soon. So hopefully,
you make a desktop, right?
Yeah, like a desktop. So that way, like everything would look great, and I don't have to like I could use this laptop for like transport things.
In my case, I gotta use my laptop for everything. I mean, I would get a desktop, but to be fair, I can barely afford to pay my bills at times. So, yeah, unfortunately, I gotta work with what I got.
But yeah. Also, again, guys, if you guys want to donate and help me out, help me like improve stuff, get equipment and stuff, the donation link is pinned in the chat and also in the description down below on the stream thingy. If you guys don't want to donate, you don't have to. It's not mandatory. I'm not forcing you. I'm not putting a gun to your head to freaking forcing you to donate. No, because I'm not that kind of person. That'd be my job.
No, that'd be my job if I was feeling like being an asshole.
Crossy's bro. Well, how
donate or die.
Crossy's bro. Well, how about next time you get a room that could handle the neutron style?
Oh, sugar booger!
Motherfucker. No. I also plan to bring back some Let's Play game streams. Like, I have been testing out some games on my downtime. Like, for example, Scarlet Nexus. Thanks
I
to...
plan to do a Let's Play myself, but I gotta get used to the games I'm playing at the moment, because Steam likes to get dick to me.
Just finished watching No Way Home. Missed the time it first came out, so I got to see it yesterday. I'm so glad I did. It was worth the wait. Well, I'm glad you kind of saw it, because me and Haz kind of saw it with some interesting memes. We're not gonna say.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
We're gonna be king of the pirates.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, yo.
I'm still annoyed with you for making that joke about that with Outlaw Star.
The sad thing is, it's fucking blocked. I'm mad. But it's okay. It was...
I blame 4Kids Entertainment, what's left of them.
Yeah. Actually...
Because it was by them, so...
Also, hello, cool. Welcome to the stream.
Oh, look, it's a trash panda.
I mean, hell, you can use the Shaman King thing, but you're gonna get claimed by it for some odd reason. And I'm talking about the 4Kids dub thing.
I know,
but
which
it's
is beyond stupid.
But it's a good thing Kagi Films exists, because I can use a cover version, so I win again.
Well, to be fair, he no longer goes by Kagi at this point, from what I've been hearing.
Yeah, Sayu, I know.
Because apparently he regrets the name Kagi Films. What I heard is true.
I mean, it's because, like, to be fair, like, it's become a meme by Devil Artemis, so...
Yeah, that's probably why.
Either way,
Keyword
like,
probably. I can't say for certain.
He's not a bad guy. He's not. He has a taste in good anime. I'll give him that.
Not to mention, he's a big Kolyoko fan, which already won some points with me.
Man, now I can't help but think about how will a One Piece intro will be with Crossy and her friends replacing the cast. God damn it, Crossy. I mean, I blame my older brother for watching One Piece, because some of the openings got stuck in my head. The first opening and the third.
I wonder why.
The first opening and the third opening are currently stuck in my head because they're catchy. And since it's a Funimation dub, and since they were doing English versions of their intros at the time, they were all sung by Vic Mignogna. Both opening 1 and opening 3.
Fair enough. Want to see my progress, hon?
Yeah. Crossy says Bondo Harem Yar. Also, how dare you tip my mac and cheese pool? You're lucky I have mod powers in Edgy and Mizu server, or else I will freaking Lasky.
No, because Edgy and Mizu would not be happy for you if you tried to punish Cole for that.
Damn it! Why?
Don't blame me. It's their server.
I know it's their server, but god damn it.
Don't get mad at me just because they basically have more power than you do.
Well, excuse me, princess.
You're excused. Alright, here is my progress, hon. It ain't much, but...
It looks nice.
Yeah, but I need to add more to it, obviously. I want to at least get the line art done tonight.
I know, but like...
it doesn't... I would say fucking go to Photoshop.
Again, like, it doesn't have to be your style, you know?
Well, don't you mean it doesn't have to be, like, you know, a specific style?
What? It doesn't have to be Vivzy style. Bleh. Ugh. Hey, have you heard of the world's greatest assassin that gets reincarnated as an aristocrat? No.
I've heard about it, but I'm on the fence about watching it.
To be fair, there's a lot of anime in my radar that I kind of want to get watching after Shaman King ends, because I am really trying to... I'm kind of focused on my attention for watching to see how Shaman King 2021 kind of ends.
understandable.
Because it deserves all the hype. Like, sure, Demon Slayer gets the hype, Attack on Titan gets the hype, but Shaman
To be
King.
fair, I just realized something. I think the reason why Shaman King got so little attention for a good chunk of last year, and this was not Shaman King's fault for the record, I think it was simply because of the timing. Because if you remember, at least 2 or 3 other big anime came out around the same time as Shaman King. I could be wrong, but I think there were like 2 or 3 other anime that came out around the same time, which is probably what hurt the series.
Hang on, let me check, because it came out in 2001.
Yeah, it came out. I was talking about the 2021 version, hon.
Oh.
I was talking about 2021. I wasn't talking about the original.
Oh.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, didn't like 2 or 3 other major anime come out around the same time? So at worst, Shaman King is unfortunately being guilty of being overshadowed. And what made it worse was that people complained about the pacing, which unfortunately can hurt a series.
No, like I'm currently following like the YouTube channel that's dedicated to Shaman King. Like they kind of agree that like it kind of deserves like the respect and hype that.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything against it personally. It's just what hurts the series a bit was literally, though, I guess you want to say lack of exposure beforehand. Like, if I remember correctly, the lack of exposure beforehand kind of hurt the series a bit. But what made it worse was literally the fact that the timing kind of hurt the series overall. Not saying that the series sucks or anything, just the timing hurt.
I mean, hell, if Funimation had their way, they could have snagged Shaman King because more kids VAs, new VAs that we could hear, etc., etc.
Yeah,
Granted, we have the voice of Nezuko as Yo. We have Iruma from Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun as Ran, and we have Riku Matoi from Kill la Kill as How. So we wouldn't hear those guys again.
Yeah, but again, this is not the fault of, unfortunately, this isn't the fault of Shaman King itself. Like I said, the problem was, I guess it was bad marketing, for one. Like either the marketing was bad or it just got really overshadowed.
Then again, Japan's been doing some marketing to the Shaman King mobile game with Funbar Chronicles and
yeah, which is helping. If anything, give it time, hun.
I know, but it's kind of hard to to see like anime such as this to come back and not get the respect and like because it's redeeming itself. Like, yeah, it has bad pacing, and yeah, like it comes out at the worst time of day of anime, like on a Thursday.
Actually, I was pointing out the reason people complain about the pacing was because of the number of episodes that Studio Bridge was given to work with.
To be fair, these are the same guys that are doing Yu-Gi-Oh! And Beyblade.
I know. I'm just pointing out to be fair.
And how like
it's not entirely on them.
Sorry. Like in the recent episodes, like in the episode from last week, the freaking shading and animation just fucking popped. Like, bam.
Because they're getting to the home stretch. They're going to put 100% of their best into it at that point. And as for Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, I'm going to be honest with you. I am not the biggest fan of that series, and for several reasons. One, that series was literally it was like, here's the thing. They basically hyped it to hell and back, and it turned out to be a disappointment. That was mistake number one. Two, they literally canceled a series that had better writing overall. Like, they literally cut a series before it short that had better writing in favor of 7s, which turned out to be a colossal failure long term.
Again, it's like card games for literal children.
Yeah, like, I don't know if they did that purely for that joke particularly, or because they honestly thought that people were going to just go for it. Not to mention the Rush Duel thing. I know a lot of people are not happy about that at all. Like, a lot of people were not happy about the whole Rush Duel concept. And Joshua, to answer your questions about One Punch Man, I will say this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't the biggest fan of One Punch Man originally. I was not the biggest fan of One Punch Man, believe it or not. It took me a while to, get into it. But overall, I'm not the biggest, it took a while for it to grow on me, and here's why. I will admit that some of the fight scenes in One Punch Man really did win me over.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I can't say I'm a full-blown fan of One Punch Man, but I can honestly say I respect the series for what it's trying to do.
That's on slice of life anime love comedy. They're cool. No, because Joanna asked me this question earlier, saying that's on slice of life or comedy love animes.
Depends on the anime. That's the best thing I can say about it. I mean, it literally depends on the anime.
I kind of consider Full Metal Panic Fumofu as a slice of life love comic anime.
You wouldn't be wrong, actually. It's a combination of slice of life, romantic comedy, and full-blown mecha action adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Full Metal Panic is a mixed bag of madness in itself.
Yep.
And like I said before, I'll say again. Yeah, there are some people who will probably protest the hell and back about the shippings and all that in Full Metal Panic. But to be fair,
you just gotta love the writing. You gotta love the writing.
Yeah, the reason the ships are there are largely because it was for the character development, for the content.
Mm-hmm.
That's what most people fail to realize. The content is you wouldn't even have Sosuke wouldn't have even been developed even half as well without the whole the shipping tension. Yeah, that's the whole point.
The whole love triangle tension between Konami and Tessa.
That was the point.
And hell, I love Sosuke's character development in Second Raid because it kind of shows his dissension to failure and all this whole screwing up bullshit.
It wasn't just that, actually.
Not failure, but what's the other word I'm looking for?
It was basically his I guess you want to say his confidence was getting rattled left, right, and center, especially as both a soldier and as a person.
Yeah, there we go, confidence.
He was finally here's the thing. In one way or another, he was actually just being a teenager. He just had a lot worse shit to deal with.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's not the typical high school kid that has a normal life. It was a military kid.
If a normal life consists of being a mech pilot, Evangelion.
Well, compared to Shinji, Sasuke is not a bitch.
Well, to be fair, you have to consider this one. Shinji was made into a bitch because his father's an asshole. So
again, I haven't watched the anime version of Evangelion. I've only watched the movie version.
Here's the thing: all the rebuilds did was literally retell the same story. So Shinji was literally made into a bitch because his father's a goddamn asshole. That's literally the whole premise. The reason why Shinji is basically a bitch and pisses off so many fans with his whiny attitude was because his father fucking made him that way. That's literally the reason.
My favorite anime ever. Just look at the GIF, and that should tell you much. But I have another, and it's kind of Full Metal Alchemist, Full Metal Panic. Animes that I grew to love, and Demon Slayer.
Fair enough.
And Bleach.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If you tried to tell me to list one favorite anime, I would have a hard time with that one.
Mm-hmm. And I know you guys are saying, "Where's Dragon Ball? You have Dragon Ball stuff on your channel."
There's a reason for that, guys. To be fair,
yeah.
Dragon Ball used to be one of my favorites at one point when I was a kid, but as of recent years, I've grown disgusted with Dragon Ball.
I mean,
for several reasons.
Again, the YouTube community is fine. The community on YouTube is fine with Dragon Ball, discussions, character channels, all that stuff. But after the whole Totally Not Mark situation and the Toei situation, I can safely agree with the fans that they're kind of like distancing themselves away from Dragon Ball, and we all knew this was coming.
Yeah, not just that, but also a lot of toxicity that Dragon Ball has been running wild with the last few years has really made it to the point where I've literally gotten sick and tired of Dragon Ball as a whole. And again, it's mostly because of the fandom. Don't get me wrong, I like the series content itself. I just can't tolerate the fandom anymore.
I thought it was because of their predictability, hun. I thought it was because of
that was part of it, but the majority of the reason was literally because of the toxic fandom. Like, it got to a point where I said, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gone.
Rin, I think he means by sub. I think he means sub anime of Tanjiro and Kaneki, like having the same.
Yeah, I think. But yeah, Gilman, don't get me wrong. I agree with Shinji's development being better in the rebuild movies. I'm just pointing out that, to be fair, it's essentially retelling the same story in a different manner. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but the same premise is that Shinji grew up alone for the most part, with only a teacher watching over him because his father is too much of a fucking pussy to be a father. And need I point out, this was literally right after he witnessed his mom dying in front of him. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but that's still the same premise. It just was handled a different manner with the rebuild movies. It's still the same characters, the same story, with just a few extra characters and a different story ending. I hate to say it like that, but that's the truth.
But yeah. The original
Naruto. In short, go ahead.
Sorry.
I don't want to cut you off.
It's just that they're like Joshua Parker's talking about Boruto and how it's boring, and Naruto is something that he could watch over and over. I haven't watched Naruto.
I used to watch Naruto a lot, but I got bored of it. I'm gonna be honest.
I've watched bits and pieces, but then no. Like, if you guys want me to watch Naruto, you're gonna have to donate for it.
Not just that, but to be fair, here's the thing. When it came to Naruto, I watched up till the end of the Tsunade arc. Mm-hmm. At that point, I was just getting bored to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm done. I couldn't get into it anymore. I really couldn't. I tried.
No, we do not talk about that. Gilman, no. We do not talk about Boku no Pico. We do not talk about
screw Gendo. I'm sorry, but when you think about it, I have to point this out with Gendo real quick. In every continuity of Evangelion thus far, Gendo has proven to be none more than an irresponsible prick. Mm-hmm. I cannot be the only one noticing this. Gendo has proven time and again to be an irresponsible and, quite frankly, asinine dickhead. Either anyone if anyone can tell me different, by all means, tell me now. But let's be fair here. For better or worse, time and again, Gendo has proven to be an irredeemable dickhead. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing: I went in with an open mind in the rebuild movies. I basically said straight up that Gendo, maybe he redeemed himself. Guess what? I got proven wrong on that one. I should have said. I got proven dead wrong. He did not. He barely learned jack shit from his mistakes. Mm-hmm. As for Shippuden, I tried to get into that, and I got bored. Cause for me, I watched in and out of Shippuden, and I'll say this: I was not impressed with Naruto's development at all. If all honesty, I was actually annoyed with Naruto, cause he showed that he didn't change much at all. Like, you'd think after his so-called best friend tried to kill him, he would have learned something from it. Nope. He if anything, became a dumbass. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. Naruto could have been a better character overall. I wasn't expecting much, but the series deserves better. I gotta say it.
Neon Genesis Evangelion. To answer your question, Joshua.
And as for As for Sasuke, fuck him.
Mm-hmm.
He got even worse, if that was even possible. That's one of the reasons. Oh, I have to point this out. And I know some people are going to hate me for this, but Hinata was not a good character long term. Short term, yes. Long term, fuck no.
Mm.
The reason being, she spent too much of her time trying to be like Naruto instead of developing her own goals.
She was just like your typical run of the mill.
She was basically a fangirl, just not for Sasuke.
Mm.
She was Naruto's personal fangirl. Don't get me wrong, Naruto deserves some love for all the shit he went through.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, he let's be honest, Naruto and Sasuke were unfortunate to marry their own childhood fangirls.
Yep.
I get the feeling that's probably why Naruto's not home most of the time.
Yeah.
If that's the case, ouch, I'm sorry. And okay, if you're talking about Yusuke Urameshi, I wholeheartedly agree. Yusuke does not discriminate at all. I can easily vouch for
I
this.
haven't seen Yu Yu Hakusho either.
I'm only gonna say this, hun. It doesn't matter if he's fighting a man or woman. If someone pisses him off, he's gonna kick their ass.
Oh my god. Ah.
He's not afraid to whoop somebody's ass.
I have a lot of anime to catch up, and I am a disgrace to the anime community.
Relax. To be fair, there are a lot of people I know who have never seen some of the anime we've been watching lately. To be fair. Let me give you an example. I know somebody who's never watched High School DxD at all. I know somebody who actually hasn't seen get this. I know somebody who actually hasn't seen any Shaman King like continuity whatsoever. Hasn't seen Evangelion, hasn't seen like I'm talking like a whole bunch of anime that we've been huge fans of, but let's be fair. Like I know somebody who has never watched Fullmetal Alchemist. So you're not alone if you haven't watched a certain anime. So don't worry about it.
Fair enough.
Just don't go into a tizzy over it.
Yeah, I will, I won't, I won't, I will, I will, I will, I will.
I will say this straight up though, like yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, okay, gender equality, yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna be honest. Yusuke doesn't give two fucks who it is. He'll beat the shit out of somebody if they anger him.
But yeah, back to
Point blank. Go ahead.
Back to the topic. I mean, you guys always see me like get into anime stuff because I kind of want to give some variety, and I kind of want to show you guys on the channel anime that I've seen.
In the case of, let me think. For example, let me just point this out real quick, and you can't fault me for saying this for the record. Not everyone has seen all the big anime, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, Yu Yu Hakusho is considered a fucking classic.
Same with Bleach.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, pretty much, actually, now I think about it. And yes, Gilman, I have to agree, like, in terms of character development, hello, Guido. In terms of better character development, and I know Death Battle has had their had an episode about this. He and Sasuke, I'm gonna be honest. Sasuke sadly did not really mellow out until Boruto, sadly, which is really bad on his part.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say this straight up. When it comes to Hiei, though, his character development was actually done far better. Like, let's be fair. Hiei's character development was, I'm gonna be honest, it was well done. Because here's the thing. He starts from being essentially a low-life thief to actually being someone who, while he has his reservations, is actually willing to help save others when the situation calls for it. But granted, you probably have to bribe them into it, but still.
I will say this right now. If you're planning on watching a Full Metal Alchemist, it's not on Netflix if I check again. Because knowing them,
watch the live action.
Yeah. Hang on, let me.
Which reminds me.
What?
I do highly recommend the Full Metal Alchemist live action, alongside the live actions of Rurouni Kenshin as well, for good reason. I know that there are some people who don't care for Rurouni Kenshin because of a certain incident that happened with the creator, but I will say this straight up. I don't focus on what the creator did when it comes to Kenshin. It's still one of my favorite animes to this day. I focus on what the content is, not what the creator did. So for anyone, so I'm gonna nip this in the bud now before I forget. If we're gonna eventually review Rurouni Kenshin, but I will make this abundantly clear. We are not going to go into any detail regarding the creator because that's not what the review is going to be about. What the creator did is a separate matter from the series itself.
So I saw
people. Go ahead.
So I saw the third review of the Boondocks, and Cindy is Zammy and Justin's daughter. LMAO. God damn it.
You're not wrong. To be fair, I was the first one to point out when we were watching it.
Yeah.
And Joshua, to answer your question, personally, I consider FMA a very good watch.
Mm-hmm. Just don't get attached to the characters.
Well, most of them. I'll say that now. Don't get attached to most of the characters. And I strongly recommend watching the 2003 version first.
2000?
Because it got rebooted in 2009. And the 2009 version follows the manga much more closely than the 2003 version. Just a heads up.
Watch the 2003 version, then Conqueror of Shambhala, then watch the 2009 version, and there you go.
Which is Brotherhood.
Yeah.
The 2009 version is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which is essentially a remake of Full Metal Alchemist. Only more following the manga. So there you go.
I just hope we're gonna review them both.
We will at some point. Justin didn't say when we're gonna review them, but that is neither here nor there. Like I said, and going back to what I said about Kenshin, do not, like I said, and this was because I know there were a bunch of people who tried to start a boycott against the game Jump Force for this. Mm-hmm. Because Kenshin was announced to be in Jump Force, and people threw a bitch fit about it without realizing that, again, it's not the creator's content. Like, it's not what the creator did behind the scenes has virtually nothing to do with the character himself. Mm-hmm. Just a little heads up. So if nothing else, guys, just keep that in mind if you ever do decide to watch Kenshin.
Yep.
It is up to you if you want to. I'm just pointing that out. I will say this much. I highly recommend the live-action Rurouni Kenshin. It is done extremely well, and unlike most live-action adaptations, it is done very, very close to the source material. Mm-hmm. Even the voice acting is literally, like, how do I put this? It's near peerless. And I don't say that often, so there you go.
Got a question though, sweetheart. Me, favorite anime duo, and for you, thoughts on Dragon Ball Legends.
I kind of have a love and hate relationship with Dragon Ball Legends. I don't
play the game anymore.
At one point, I was heavily into Dragon Ball Legends, believe it or not. But due to basically both the fact that it's a gacha game, I didn't play it too often because I was constantly busy with stuff, especially commissions. So for me, it's gotten to the point where I've just said, you know what, I'm just going to delete this off my phone. Not like I have anything against it particular, it's just I haven't had the time to invest into it. And to be honest, I can't believe I've been saying this, but I've literally found more entertainment out of Genshin Impact than DB Legends.
Also, my favorite. I know. There's a lot of questions. What's High School DxD? I'm just getting into it now. And my favorite duo.
Yeah, I'll put this delicately. Okay, high school kid basically ends up becoming a reincarnated demon because his girlfriend murdered him, and he finds out that he basically is essentially the equivalent of a dragonborn due to a sacred object that he was born with. So he's essentially the equivalent. So he's essentially the equivalent of a dragonborn. But here's a catch: he's a royal pervert, and he eventually gets a harem.
I recommend you watching it sub because not all the episodes are dubbed.
I strongly recommend watching it subbed. The dub isn't too bad. It's just the sub is what I basically watched.
Yeah. And not to mention, I think they stopped dubbing. I think Funimation stopped dubbing it because like they don't want to be known as for hentai shit.
Even though it was not even hentai, but it's Funimation.
I'm pretty kind of stopped at interspecies interviewers.
Bro, we don't talk about interspecies reviewers. We don't talk about that.
Like
series.
they kind of did one episode and they fucking stopped. Like nope.
Oh,
nope.
Trust me, because they found out the episodes after it were worse.
Mm-hmm.
No, I looked into the reason why they discontinued the dub version of interspecies reviewers. It's because unfortunately the other episodes that followed were actually worse. I shit you not. The episodes that followed were actually worse.
Mm-hmm.
And by worse, I mean more fucked up.
Yep. Hentai Central, baby. Oh.
That is an understatement.
The Hazard, I have a question. Do you or play or watch Mortal Kombat? If so, who's your favorite character?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I practically grew up on Mortal Kombat games for the most part. And I will say this like straight up. At one point my main was actually Kung Lao and to a degree Johnny Cage.
Wonder.
No, to be fair, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing for the most part, to be fair. But along the way, my main became Sub-Zero.
I wonder why. It's because you're cold-hearted and cynical.
No.
Maybe you should chill on your attitude, mister.
Funny. Okay, Witchblade. I've seen the anime version of Witchblade. I haven't seen the I've seen the anime version of Witchblade. And I will say this much about the series as a whole. I feel like I'm gonna be honest. I felt like I was watching a more demonic version of Bayonetta. To be honest with you, only instead of guns, there's blades.
One river flying to.
But yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you though. Like for better or worse, it does have a sad ending. I will say that much about Witchblade. I do recommend it. To be honest, I do recommend it. But be prepared for some field trips. That's all I'm gonna say. Because while yes, there's a lot of lewd humor, it does have some field trips and some major ones at that. Like I said, you've been warned, so you can't get mad at me if. So I'll say this much: you've been warned ahead of time, and if anyone watches it and decides to give me a bitch fit about it, I warn you now. I might expose you for it. Fair warning. I don't play no games with that shit because I warned y'all.
Also, later, Pinky Husky. Anywho, like I said, guys, if you guys want to donate, make sure to click the link and the description too. It's not mandatory, etc., etc. But yeah, any movies that we're excited about?
Any movies?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm more excited for anime than movies. But if I had to pick an anime, I'm most excited about. Believe it or not, it's actually Bungo Stray Dogs season 4.
Mine is 1,000 Year Blood War arc of Bleach.
I don't blame you. I really cannot blame you.
And the season 4 of Shaman King.
Not only that, but I'm also very excited for. I've been hearing that they're going to make another K Project anime. They haven't said when though, so that's the problem. Because they did confirm last year they were working on more content for K Project, but they haven't said what it is. We don't know if we're getting another movie, if we're getting like some kind of. We're getting something for it.
I have binge watched Bungo Stray Dogs, Rain. I have.
Yep, we both have. Han is a huge fan of it. Kyoko is her favorite character.
Tower of Grub. Tower of Grub. It's a pun on the word Tower of.
Rin, didn't you know Bungo's getting a season 4?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't just say this.
Mm-hmm.
Like legit, Bungo is getting season 4. That was confirmed literally 3 months ago. And it's season 4. Season 4 is in production as we speak, so we'll eventually get it. Whether or not they'll do the dub again, I have no idea.
Any anime recommendations? Shaman King to start. Fullmetal Alchemist. Bleach. If you really want to go the high ground and do long anime binge watches.
I recommend Fullmetal Panic, Fullmetal Alchemist, Yu Yu Hakusho, Outlaw Star,
Cowboy Bebop, Trigun.
Yep. I recommend those highly. It took me a bit, but I finally got Crossy to watch those with me, and she's mad that she didn't watch them sooner.
I
Not even
know.
joking. She told me straight up after we watched Outlaw Star, she was mad she didn't watch it sooner.
Mm-hmm.
And with good reason, because if you've seen our review of Outlaw Star, there was a certain scene she wanted to see happen, not even while we were only like 2/3 of the way through, not 2/3, like halfway through the series. She wanted to see a certain scene happen. She finally got her wish.
I know.
You and Zammy were both like begging for that scene to happen, and it finally did.
You cannot. You don't know how we feel. You don't know how we shippers are, motherfucker.
Unfortunately, I do. Remember, I'm dating you for one, and Justin's dating Zammy.
Inuyasha, watch Inuyasha. Okay, fine. I will watch Inuyasha.
We'll watch it eventually, woman. Calm your tits.
We will watch. I will watch Inuyasha. I mean, okay. Does watching bits and clips count?
Technically, yes.
Okay, good.
Yep, and yeah, that reminds me, Kamen Rider. I heard rumor that they confirmed season 3 for Reincarnate as a Slime. In fact, they confirmed 2 more seasons, for what I heard. I don't know how true that is, but yeah, I heard they were confirming like 2 new seasons, so that series is not going to die down anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. I will. Okay, guys, if you guys want me to watch Inuyasha, freaking donate for it. I will put a donation goal that will say make me watch anime and shit.
Okay, also Ranma 1/2 is a classic anime. It's been around since, believe it or not, the mid 1980s.
Mm-hmm.
I looked into it. Like, I've actually watched the series. The sad part is the series is not completely finished in terms of the overall content because it stops literally just short of the final arc of the manga. So there's roughly 5 or 6 seasons. Well, you're getting raided, hun. Cool decides to send a raid. Well, not cool. Edgy sent a raid your way.
Edgy raid. Oh my god.
Yep.
I thought I was gonna get a CL raid, but okay.
She's still streaming. Last I heard.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. But like I said.
Oh wait, I forgot. Edgy, don't leave for a second. I need to do something. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Music got moderator. I need to give.
Oh right. Oh yeah. Friend Sean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't find Melina appealing. Justin does, but I don't.
Is it because she has teeth and she can bite?
Not just that, but that bitch is crazier than Harley Quinn, and that's saying something.
No, she's crazier than Genocide Jack from Danganronpa.
Yep. She's that psychotic.
Genocide show, genocide Jack.
Like I said, I don't find Melina appealing. Like, y'all can probably condemn, like, whoever's a Melina fan can condemn me for it if you want, but I'm just being honest. I do not find her appealing.
This is him speaking the blunt truth, folks.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't have I don't have a thing for this character whatsoever. But I have to point out, I would see more appeal in Toga than I would in Melina.
And Hazard, I'm gonna kick your butt. Is the Shaman King remake worth watching? Yes, it is worth watching.
Honestly, I had my initial doubts, but I have to agree it is worth watching because unlike the original 2000 version, they are a lot more. The animation's more fluid.
The dub is much more.
Not talking about the dub for a second here.
Sorry.
The plot writing is much more consistent.
And the dub is kind of much more cleaner, much more better than the 4Kids. Granted, people might like it for like its comedy and stuff, but at the same time, like it's much more better.
Still comedy in the new dub version too.
Yeah,
it's just there's more serious context behind it with this one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the major difference between the two, really. So you're not wrong to point that out, regardless.
Say Hazard. What about Sindel? I think he's trying to give you. I think he's trying to give you Mortal Kombat waifus.
No, Sindel annoys me a lot.
What I want Crossy to enjoy an anime, and I'll pay for it if need be. Okay, give me an anime, and you'll have to pay for it.
Like I said,
I think Cole is trying to.
Prince John. 1 second, hon. Prince John. To be fair, most of the Mortal Kombat waifus do not appeal to me whatsoever. I'm very picky about my waifus. Crossy can vouch for this. I said most of them, hon. I said most of them are not waifus to me.
Oh, okay.
I found a lot of waifus in Mortal Kombat either annoying or just not appealing.
Rin, if he is donating, he should put money where his mouth is.
As for the only one I actually liked thus far in all this time I've played Mortal Kombat, I'm gonna be honest, Jade's the only one that actually catches my appeal.
What about Sonya Blade?
I respect her as a character. That much is a fact.
Again, I think he's trying to give you Mortal Kombat waifus.
That was from Joshua this time.
I know.
Not from Prince John.
Yeah.
Sonya Blade, like I said, I respect her badassery, but not waifu for me, no.
What is this, a game of smash or pass?
I feel like it is with how they're questioning me. I mean, if you want someone who likes Melina, go to Justin. He has openly said he likes the crazy bitch.
How much? Let me see how many episodes of Inuyasha there are, because...
What, it's like $1 per episode?
I think it's the whole series. Is it like $1 per episode or the series?
Good question.
You read manga online on Shonen Jump? Nah, I don't have. I have to get like a subscription for Shonen Jump to do that.
I look up manga stuff occasionally. I mostly watch anime, but I will look up manga related content if the situation calls for it. Like, for example, I would look up, if I can, I've been trying to find the manga for an anime series I introduced Crossy to last year, actually, Raka Braves of the Six Flowers. Because it's basically, it's the best way to describe Raka, if you've seen my video on my channel, it's anime Among Us. I'm gonna be honest with you, Prince John. At one point, I liked Kitana, but I don't know why. But she didn't appeal to me as much over the time.
Rin, cool. Do I have to watch all of Inuyasha, including Final Act? I'm trying to.
Well, I feel like it's gonna include Final Act anyway.
Yeah, because that kind of ties everything together. Then again, Yashahime comes after it. Yashahime comes after it, but. Right, Rin. I should be insulted, but man, Crossy doesn't need to be overly modded.
You already have like 30 mods.
True.
I think like 20 to 30 miles as is, babe.
But I kind of like building my own army.
I can tell. But yeah, Han, I would actually recommend you watch Final Act on top of the original because Final Act is literally what ties up everything
Okay.
for like the entire series.
Oh, shit. Give me a second. My fucking headphones. Okay, there we go. Okay, so in the original series of Inuyasha has 167. Final Act has 26. Huh?
Yeah, Final Act's 26th episode.
26 episodes. So that's
Let me add that up real quick. I got it.
193.
That's including the 4 movies, which is the equivalent of. I'm gonna be honest. I want to say this straight up before I forget. None of the movies, by the way, are canon. None.
Oh, I thought Affections Across Time was canon.
No, I looked into it. It's not.
Ah, okay.
Which is weird, but you know what? It's whatever. The placement could have easily made it canon. That's the thing. Like the placement in the series for some of these movies, they could have easily been canon, but sadly they're not.
Women, I don't need mod power. Well, you too bad. You got mod powers, and you are my friend, and I'm gonna talk to you more. So man,
I haven't believe it. I haven't watched Yashihime yet. Not that I have anything against it. I just haven't had the time.
Crossy, are there any anime I should stay away from? Boruto, because it's boring. One Piece, because it's long. Because it's already at 1,005 episodes. I'm not joking.
I know.
That 1,005 episodes.
I know. I checked. Trust me. I know. And the sad part is, I literally found this out recently. One of the voice actors for One Piece has stated that the chances that One Piece will probably not end for another 7 or 8 years.
Mm.
And she has asked that Masako Nozawa take over for her if something happens to her before the One Piece is finished. I shit you not. That's what I read in a report recently.
Yeah. That's if anything goes on with Dragon Ball, that she's not busy at the
time. Redo the Healer. If you're in, unless you have a very unless you have strong mental and physical constitution, do not watch.
But yeah, that's 193 bucks I'm asking for you. Cool, I'm sorry. For the whole series.
To be fair, we're in the middle of watching Bleach at the moment, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, we're going arc by arc, but then again, we're going to have to watch Inuyasha, which we're going to have to go arc by arc. And
either way, we'll be keeping our word.
Yeah.
Jizume, I'm going to be straight up with you. Unless you have a very strong stomach, I would not recommend watching it. Because they get some real degenerate shit in that series.
The Healer.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it for any first-time anime watchers. Like, how do I put this? Hell, I wouldn't even recommend Berserk.
Oh, isn't that one? Because I saw that one clip of an anime girl getting slapped in the dick. Because there was that one. Because there was that one anime clip that I saw that an anime girl got slapped in the dick, and that was from that anime.
You ain't slapped in the... Ouch.
Yep.
Ouch. Yeah, I heard about that. No, I haven't seen all Redo of Healer, but I've seen enough to know that it's not for the fan of heart.
No, I do not. Moonflower. I don't know.
And I'll say this straight up. If you ever watch another anime I strongly recommend because I've actually seen the series twice now. I strongly recommend watching The Rise of the Shield Hero, though be forewarned, there's some pretty triggering shit in the first couple episodes. That's my warning to you guys. If you ever watch Rising of the Shield Hero, there you go. Let's see. And honestly, I'm just gonna say it straight up, Prince John, for you. I'm gonna put it this way: for most video games, I have next to no waifus, so yeah, that's your warning there. Now, if there was a character I was considering for a waifu in anime that I've seen the last 10 years, I'll be honest with you, and nobody can fault me for this one. If you've ever seen Code Geass, Colin is a waifu of mine. Reason being, she is a badass. She is awesome.
And she looks like Aki from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds.
Actually, believe it or not, I didn't notice that until after I watched Code Geass, to be fair.
I don't think it was unintentional that she looked like Aki.
I know, that's the scary part.
Then again,
it was not intentional.
Then again, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds came before.
Code Geass came out before Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the reason why Colin's a favorite is because here's the thing. One of the things that won me over of Colin was that she's not afraid to basically give the proverbial stomp to the nuts to someone who hurts her or hurts her family. 2, she hates racism with a fiery passion. And you can't fault me for that, considering that racism is one of the themes of Code Geass.
Akiza from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds flower.
Pretty much. Oh yeah, I recommend Code Geass for several reasons. One of them being that, basically put, the storytelling is actually pretty interesting because the main protagonist is actually someone who is a genius. But the downside is, well, let's be fair. Basically, in terms of physical ability, he sucks. Mm-hmm. But in terms of intelligence, he can easily rival Yagami from Death Note. Actually, to a degree, they somewhat do, but to be fair, it's only somewhat. I'm not talking about their hairstyles, it's their overall design. But you have to remember, one was a prince and the other one's a mechanic.
But yeah, cool if you're still in chat. I will keep my word on watching Inuyasha.
Yep. Yeah, Conrad, you're not wrong. I mean, they really do look very much alike.
Although on that note, Ren, there is a character that looks like Yusei in Beyblade.
Which isn't surprising if you think about it, actually.
Yeah, because it has orange hair highlights and a black hair. Kind of wears a similar blue jean jacket, I think.
You know what? If you don't mind, I can post a link to what I was talking about when it comes to Colin and Aki for those who may not realize it.
Sure.
This is a post I found on DeviantArt for the record.
Yeah, later.
And I did talk to peeps on there.
You said 167. No,
actually we added final act into the next.
Yeah, we added final act, so it's 197. 193. Fuck.
Let me think. Which villain? Because there were a lot of villains in Code Geass.
I don't remember all of them. I haven't seen Code Geass, so it's been a while.
Crossy hasn't seen Code Geass, to be fair, but I do plan to have her watch it with me.
What do you think of Serial Lane and Ergo Proxy, which is better? I haven't seen.
I can't say because I've seen both, and they didn't really appeal to me too much. But if you talk about who I think you talk about, like Suzaku, yeah, he technically did simp for a villain to a degree. But he was basically a bootlicker for both sides. That's the best way to sum him up. How I put this delicately, he basically at one point was Lelouch's bootlicker. Then, for reasons that were never fully stated, he went to being a bootlicker for the Britannia Army. It was like the dude couldn't pick a side.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, I'm going to say it straight up, and as a fair one for anyone who hasn't watched Code Geass, Suzaku is easily one of the most hated characters in the entirety of the series, and with good reasons. Okay, I'm trying to think who simped for Lelouch's parents. I can't remember off the top of my head. Well, if you ever do find out, Jizume, let me you can put it down. But yeah, the link I just posted a little bit ago in the chat, guys. That was what I was talking about when I said when Crossy was talking about when she's saying that Akiza from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds and Colin from Code Geass, they look very much alike. The only major difference between the two, if you look at them, is literally the eye color and the hairstyle. Other than that, even the hair color itself is almost identical, which is scary. Which I'm gonna send that to Edgy real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna send it to Edgy real quick. But yeah, there you go. Like, it's fine, cool. Whatever you're able to. We're not pressuring you or nothing. But yeah, like, honestly. Oh yeah, I'm aware of Moonflower. I'll just point out, to be fair, that
I'll pay for the first 20 or so episodes. That's fair enough. Fair enough.
I think
that was a joke.
Also, I just remembered another series that I recommend strongly, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So also may have seen it, like, this actually premiered back in 2020. Jujutsu Kaisen. I highly recommend the series. And with good reason. Jujutsu Kaisen is honestly considered, I'm just going to be honest when I say this, it's definitely a series that, in a lot of ways, is inspired by Bleach, and all the more interesting ways at that. Hell, Han actually has a favorite character from the series already.
Mm-hmm.
And she's only seen like maybe 6 or 7 episodes.
Yeah.
What was it, Sukuna?
Shut up.
Not that I blame you, to be fair. Sukuna's a badass.
Shut up.
What?
Shut up.
I'm just saying, he's a badass. I wouldn't say anything else beyond that.
Also, hello, Lemon Lord. Lemon Bish.
She's been in the chat for a while, babe.
I know, I'm sorry. I didn't notice. I didn't see her come in.
She sneaked in like a ninja.
She's a tiny lemon ninja. She's gonna surpass me, and
she's only a few inches shorter than you. What the hell do you mean?
She's gonna freaking surpass me, and I can't let that happen. Lemon rot.
Nah, that's a little shit, and you know it.
Shut up, hazard rot.
Oh, ha ha, funny.
Shut up, tiny hazard rat.
Let's see. Honestly,
shh, Rin, do you value your modship?
My guy. Yeah, Moonfart. If I remember correctly, My Hero Academia has been through some crazy twists and turns in terms of their fandom. I'm gonna be honest. Part of the reason why people don't talk about it as much is because the fandom has gotten pretty toxic. To the point, well, how I put this delicately, Moonflower. At one point during, I think, season 3's production or season 4's, there were people sending death threats to the creator because he was giving Endeavor a character development redemption arc.
And for,
I shit you not.
And for the ship of Bakugo and Deku, shit like that.
Yeah, like there were death threats being sent to creator over this shit.
Which is why you can't have a good anime. You can't have an anime fandom without its toxicity.
Unfortunately, and My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball, and at one point Digimon are prime examples of extreme toxicity.
Crossy has a type for her. I do not have a type for husbandos. You lemon square, lemon kakarot. You. I will surpass you, lemon rot.
But yeah, also there's another anime I also strongly recommend.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't just like I already recommended Full Metal Panic earlier, but there was another one I just remembered. Like if you ever watched it, this could have been considered like somewhat like Cowboy Bebop to an extent, or Trigun.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, it was highly overlooked. I recommend, to some degree, Gungrave, though be forewarned, there's a lot of fucked up violence in that series.
Mm.
And the pacing can be at times kind of random. But I do recommend Gungrave, but that's just me.
Mm. Also,
I mean,
also, Chet, shush your mouth. I do.
um,
I do not.
Comrade, believe it or not, it's not as toxic as it used to be.
I
It
mean,
used to be a lot worse.
I mean, they kind of calmed down ever since like Try happened and 2020
It
reboot
wasn't just
happened.
that. Yeah, let me just give you a brief overview of Digimon real quick for you guys. Like, but point blank, when it comes to Digimon toxicity, a lot of it actually wasn't because, believe it or not, of Digimon Fusion, but because of Digimon Adventure 1 and 2. Reason being that people were constantly bitching back and forth about which was the superior ship, to the point where it was literally nauseating to see.
Mm-hmm.
It turned to a full-blown shipping war across at least 2 or 3 different social medias. That's how bad it got.
Also, hun, I don't want to interrupt, but
Go ahead.
Final Flashes, Final Flashes Lemon Rot.
Of course.
There.
But to be honest, like I said, Digimon has calmed down quite a bit over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be fair, there was some outrage over Digimon Fusion because, let's be fair, it was not the best written work ever.
And it kind of makes digivolving like a new thing that they never seen before, which clearly it doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
What didn't help the matters was that they went overboard with the concept of DNA digivolving to the point where it was nauseating. They essentially turned Digimon Fusion was essentially a Digimon version of Pokemon.
So I will say this: the dub version had Vic Mignogna.
Yeah, sadly, it wasn't enough to save the series.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say as much: if it weren't for the Tri movies, the Digimon franchise would have been canceled.
Try and Last Evolution.
Last Evolution was part of the Tri series, hon.
Oh, so it's like a quad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was technically the sequel to Tri.
What do you think of the Animatrix? I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's good. I haven't seen anything Matrix related. All I know is about
And
the memes.
regarding the toxic shipping bullshit that went on with Digimon Adventure 1 and 2, it was especially bad with the fans who were fans of the ship for either Tai and Sora or Matt and Sora. Like, it was really bad. It was so bad that there were people constantly shit posting about why that ship sucks or why this ship sucks. It was disgusting to watch. I literally witnessed a lot of this firsthand. That's why I said back then Digimon was extremely toxic.
Uh, Also, thank you, Cool, for the 20 bucks donation. Oh,
Okay,
this is
and
gonna be
as for
funny.
Yu-Gi-Oh, I'll say this much. I've had my misgivings about the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise, but the only real toxicity I've seen with Yu-Gi-Oh was actually the card game, believe it or not.
Hmm.
Like, the worst of the toxicity I've seen for Digimon, like not Digimon, for Yu-Gi-Oh was literally from the card game. Other than that, yes, Comrade, that age-old debate. Not just that one, but also the shipping war between TK and Kari fans versus Davis and Kari fans. Again, I was a witness to this, and it was legitimately nauseating to watch. And I wish I was joking. Unfortunately, as you can already tell from my voice, I'm not. It was, ugh. Just, ugh.
It was great.
It was beyond gross. There's gross, and then there's that.
Yep. Yeah. Also, everyone, I is innocent.
You're not that innocent, hon.
As it briefs. Crossy, what did I say about hurting your friends? Bonks Crossy doing one of her husband's voice. You.
I mean, she's not wrong, hon. That's literally what happens with us half the time.
I mean, hun, you can't help that I always like to do chaos. Can't help that I like to do chaos. Also, picks up his sword. I'll take this. I'll take
Yoink.
this.
Yoink.
Give it back.
It's mine, the elephant.
Oh.
You have your own. But yeah, like in all honesty, like those debates got to the point where it was literally too nauseating to watch. It was literally about as bad as a certain death battle I would rather not mention out loud, but I'm gonna have to. I should say 2 death battles.
Also, hello, Jago Griffo. Welcome to this cavalcade of discussion streams. Welcome.
To make a long story short, I'm just gonna say it real quick, hon. Just get out of the way. The Goku versus Superman death battle. That's how literally toxic it got with the Digimon shipping wars. That's literally how bad it got. If you've ever seen some of the bullshit that goes on with those debates, yeah, there you go.
I is innocent.
You're about as innocent as Kylie on a bad day.
You know what were anime conventions like in the 2000s? I haven't been to an anime convention, but I've only been to one Comic-Con that was over here. I might go to an anime convention, who knows? Just not with certain people that I rather associate it.
Honestly, believe it or not, I've never actually been to one. And largely because they were either too expensive for me to go to, or I was working or whatever. Like something would always happen that would stop me from actually being able to attend one.
What's up, Jago Griffo?
So yeah, there you go. That's why I haven't really been to a convention.
I think I'm about to do the Will Smith. What?
Wait, you be throwing Jazz out the door?
Oh no!
That's what Uncle Phil does to Jazz.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, James Avery. By the way,
I
know it's like years later, but still, I gotta say it.
He was a good shredder.
Yep. And if there's one, like, I'll be honest, James Avery was damn good at what he did as an actor. Plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
If he was gonna be evil, he'd be evil. If he wants to be like a good role model, he was actually that too.
It does not sound funny. I'm a girl, but it sounds like a guy's voice. I hate it.
Huh?
Okay.
Han, I've literally heard weirder. Like, have you seen Venture Brothers?
I've seen a little bit. Oh
yeah, Dr. Girlfriend. Dr. Girlfriend has a literal man's voice.
Yeah, like that's what I meant. Like I'm a girl, but my voice kind of sounds like a dude.
At least it don't sound like Dr. Girlfriend. At least it don't sound like Master Shake or Dr. Girlfriend. I'm just saying. At least it don't sound like Shake from Aqua Teen Hunger Force or some shit.
Right, now I have an idea, and you're not gonna like it.
What? I want to hear this.
You're not gonna like this idea.
What is it?
That's like it's Dr. Girlfriend.
Why though?
I don't know.
I question that idea.
That would be a good lull.
But that'd be so odd. Don't get me wrong, it'll be funny, but what the hell?
I don't know. That's a crazy.
You don't even sound like that. You don't even sound like that much of a guy at all, to be honest.
Really?
Yes. I'm being serious.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad we got that clarification out of the way.
At least I'm being honest with you instead of lying my ass off like a little bitch.
You're not coy.
Damn! Bro, Damn. I wasn't expecting that tonight. Holy shit.
I made you laugh. I made you laugh.
Oh, lordy. Oh my god.
I mean, guys, I am trying to voice act, so be forewarned. I mean, I am trying to get some stuff like in the groundwork, like a female turles and a, so on and so forth.
All I gotta say to that, hon, is take your time and practice makes perfect. I mean, honestly, that's the best advice I can honestly give you on that. And while I do make voice impressions and shit for shits and giggles, I have no plans to be a voice actor anytime soon.
Makes me want to. It makes me want to. No, I am not a precious bean. I am a smelly bean. I'm a butt to everybody.
An anime teaches about Japanese traditions. I may have, and I probably don't remember the name. For all I know, I've watched a lot of anime over the years, so I can't say for sure.
Does Demon Slayer count for anime?
I mean, Demon Slayer. I mean, to be fair, Demon Slayer takes place roughly in the early 1900s, if I remember correctly.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you guys have to deal with my comedy. Then again, this is what I think of when I'm doing crossover craziness for a living.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I remember someone saying that. Yeah, Andrea, Yeah, apparently someone on Edgy Stream said Andrea sounded like Khalifa from DBS.
I could see it, but then again, she kind of sounds like Yang a bit, but then
That's ironically hilarious, Andrea. I've been told I sound like Frost from Dragon Ball Super, just minus the accent. I mean, I guess I never really considered that, but whatever.
It sounds really better than Crossy's rude way. You missed randomness, Flaming Pit. Welcome to the stream.
What, my laugh?
I think you're laughing my voice. I don't know.
Context, please.
Yeah. I know you don't like the Universe 6 Saiyans that much, but then again, the Universe 6 female Saiyans tried, okay?
The problem is that we're poorly marketed.
I mean, they kind of wanted to market it because girls in the fandom exist, I guess.
I find that I seem to only just realize that, though, to be fair, they weren't much better with the Gears of War franchise. I'm going to be honest, because up till Gears of War 3, believe it or not, babe, up till Gears of War 3, there were like no playable female characters in the game, like in the games at all.
Wow.
Yeah, like I said, up till Gears 3. So at least they didn't. At least they paid attention. At least Epic Games, when they still owned the franchise, paid attention.
There was a girl on Xbox Live.
Oh my god, hon, that was from Halo, and that was for saying not included.
Wag!
Oh my god. Yeah, about saying not included. It's an old web series. I recommend watching if you're into complete and utter randomness and video game skits. Cause God knows there's a lot of them.
Okay. But yes, that highlight of the stream.
Well, that reminds me. I still remember when a Bridge Goku had basically said that I need help for having him sit through an episode of Saying Not Included. I'll take that as a compliment.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, Andrea. Blame that mostly on Kylie and Corbin. They're the ones who basically said that sounded like Frost.
Don't even get me started on Mega Man. There wasn't a woman robot master till Mega Man 9.
This is true. They're pretty much all male robot masters. Okay, Han, you want to answer this one or should I?
Let me ask you something. Shantae anime, could it happen? Yeah, could. It should have.
To be fair, I think the part of the problem is Shantae doesn't have a big enough following to guarantee that yet for some reason.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Like, I'm not sure why, but Shantae doesn't seem to have a very big following for that.
what do you think of the Mega Man animated shows? They're cool, but
Depends
I haven't
on.
seen them.
Depends on the ones you're talking about, like any specifics, if any.
Yeah. Mega Man.
But I did nothing. But like I said, the way I see it, I don't remember too much of the 1994 Mega Man, unfortunately. But I did binge some of the anime stuff for Mega Man recently. I will say this much: the animes could have been done a bit better, especially Star Force.
Were the anime ones um revolved around Mega Man X?
There was, to my memory, I don't think there was a single Mega Man X anime. To be fair.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. There was a game that revolves around.
There was a whole bunch of games around Mega Man X and Zero.
And you get to hear Demon's voice as one of as X in Mega Man with the frickin' what are those enemies called? The frickin' I don't know, but there was a game that Demon's voice.
He was in G Gun. Yeah, Domon's voice actor.
Yeah, he was also Mega Man. He was also Mega Man in one of the games.
Okay, I'll be honest. Star Force could have been done better, but here's why. One, the episode lengths were pretty short. I'm gonna be honest, 10-minute episodes apiece. They could have been done like better. That's one. Go ahead.
I'm gonna regret saying this, but here goes. Do you guys want me to play Mega Man for the first time on stream? If a stream happens.
I'm gonna have to warn you ahead of time, hon. Be careful which Mega Man game you start out with.
Noted.
Because to be fair, it's hard to really find emulators for a lot of the older ones unless you're looking for the Mega Man X games. I would recommend talking to Mizu or Edgy about that since they have actually played those games.
Anyway,
that's my argument.
Let me read this comment by Flaming Pit. Star Force and NT Warrior are good as a Saturday morning cartoons. The original 94 Mega Man is good if you just want to have a laugh or add some good old cheesy goodness.
That's actually true.
Hello, CJ. Welcome to the stream.
I will say this much about NT Warrior, especially if you look at the later versions. Like, if you look at the later versions of like NT Warrior, especially from the later seasons, they get really dark.
I'm no expert in voice acting, but I hear a bit of Hazama. I feel you can put up his voice. Pull up his voice.
Well, shit. Then I guess I get to kill Roger after all.
Wait, we talking about Mega Man? Yeah, we're talking about Mega Man stuff. Mega Man.
Yep, it was brought up.
Yeah, Mega Man
was brought up.
Mega Man animated stuff. Because again, if you guys want me to get into the Mega Man fandom, I could. Just need to get.
To be fair, hon, it does take. There's a lot of content to go through when it comes to Mega Man, and I mean a lot.
Now I kind of want my OC to be drawn up, like holding like a Mega Man blaster thingy, like trying to figure out what this does for like a blind Let's Play thingy, like like.
To be fair, actually, now that I think about it, I just remember if like Devil May Cry 5 actually has a Mega Buster as one of their weapons for Nero. I'm not kidding. Like That and believe it or not, Hunt, Saints Row 3 and 4 actually have a weapon that's a reference to Mega Man.
Bro, I love Mega Man. I have both physical and emulated copies of all classic NX series of games except for 11.
Crossy's not that small. Let me think. Here's my memories of Mega Man as a whole. Believe it or not, the very first Mega Man game I played was actually Mega Man Zero.
Mm.
Yeah, don't if you don't want to be raging, don't touch Mega Man 1. Here's the Mega Man games I can remember playing in front of off the top of my head. I remember playing Mega Man, I think 8, Mega Man 0, Mega Man Zero 2, Mega Man X5, and X4. I didn't play too many Mega Man games because I didn't have didn't have the I basically grew up broke, so getting the funds to play Mega Man games was a hassle. Yeah, and Flame Pit, that is correct. Classic Mega Man 2 or 3 is best recommended to start. If you want more spice, X1 or 2. Here's the thing, I played X4 and X5. I'll be honest, the hardest boss fight I had to deal with in X5 was actually the fucking Yellow Devil, surprisingly. Like, I had an easier time beating the hell out of Zero than the Yellow Devil.
For me,
Or
voicing a character, I find a character that can fit your voice range around. That's just me.
And Andrea, thank you for telling me that apparently I sounded like Kazuma. Not get to torture Mizu that much worse.
You fool! You fool! You doomed us all.
Oh, and to be fair, I already know Hazuma's not a husbando of yours, so you're fine.
I know. I was talking for Mizu. Mizu, if you're
And
in chat, run.
I just remembered. Kylie is a thing for Hazuma. More torture for me.
Why did the Cartoon Network Mega Man show flop? I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. It was on. It was on at dig o'clock in the morning, aka 6 o'clock a.m. Like no one's not even up at that time.
Most alright.
That's how Sonic Boom kind of died because they were giving it like on Saturday morning, Sunday morning schedule, like early in the morning.
It doesn't help that a lot of reasons why some series just ultimately fails, literally because of shitty time slots.
I mean, hell, look at Bakugan Battle Planet, like Bakugan Battle Planet or wherever it is. Like that was on Cartoon Network at the time. Like hell, not a lot of animes didn't get much attention because morning slot.
Like I said, a lot of shows literally get screwed over literally because of bad time slots.
Imagine if Crossy's OC got an anime just about her Sinful Turtles as well. Yes. But I'm not that crazy obsessive over like voice actors. I'm not that crazy obsessive like yandere shit for voice actors. Like I like their work, but as a person like I don't like I have to like meet them at a convention or something for voice actors and shit just to get a selfie or an autograph or whatever. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't really watch Mega Man Cartoon Network. If I remember correctly, the 1994 Mega Man was on
UPN.
yeah, like I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think it was on that network at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, before it became CW.
Hang on. Let me send you something real quick about the.
I might binge it just to see if I remember anything from it, but
Give me a second. Oh, let me just send you a video so that way you can have a quick look.
No problem.
Okay. Here you are. That's a cartoon that they were.
Oh,
That's the
that's.
cartoon they were referring to.
Oh, God. I heard a bits and pieces about this. If I remember correctly, it did not do well at all. I see why.
Okay. I wonder if they're making my collections on Steam so that way, just in case. Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, I didn't. I forgot that.
Oh, what do you know? All the collections are all here. Hey.
So, in other words, fully charged. Yeah, they canceled Mega Man Fully Charged.
Mega Man Legacy Collection. Yep, all of them are there on Steam.
What's funny is that Fully Charged actually is doing better in the comic books than on TV.
Mega Man.exe is too powerful for his own good. The man can erase the entire net universe and rebuild in his micro or nanosecond. Also, what the flip are we talking about? I don't know. We got on the topic of Mega Man. Y'all are talking about
Yes.
Mega Man.
But yeah, like I was saying, Fully Charged got canceled, like not even after not even all the way through its first season.
Also, again, like if you guys want me to play the game, you guys have to gift me all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like send me like a Steam gift card so that way I can get the Mega Man collection first, and then I'll make my way up to the Mega Man X collection. Like, just get
I
me
would
like
say this much has been consistent with Mega Man.
like $100.
I will say this much has been consistent with Mega Man as a whole.
Hmm?
Dr. Wily, in some way, shape, or form, always somehow he'll always somehow get the last laugh in some twisted manner. Let's be fair. And yeah, and Mega Man.exe is pretty much OP beyond reason because let's see, all of his transformations throughout his series, it's just ridiculous. He goes through let's see, the first set of transformations, style change, then he gets what was it? Double soul and cross fusion. He gets beast out. That's pretty ridiculous. And they're all just beyond OP in their own way. I didn't say how he gets those abilities, though, to be fair. So, but yeah, to make a long story short regarding
I would, but I just read Five Nights at Freddy's. Why?
no. If Cooler wants to put himself through that, then that's his business.
Fine.
To be fair, it could have been worse. He could have bought himself Outlast.
I mean, I was planning on alongside the Mega Man, the beginning of Mega Man collection. I was planning on getting the DLC packs of Scarlet Nexus.
I would suggest focus on one thing at a time, to be fair, babe.
All right. Yeah.
Just saying, generally speaking, I would focus on one thing at a time.
I kind of want to splurge.
I know that, but at the same time, you also do want to at least finish what you started at this point.
I know, that's why I'm getting the DLC packs, just so that way I can stay, for Scarlet Nexus, I'm just getting the DLC packs and keep playing it on.
Oh, I'm aware of Mabius. I'm very aware. I saw that death battle because out of curiosity, I watched it. I wasn't surprised at the results, to be honest with you. I knew EXE was going to win overall, but I wanted to see who would come in second place. I wasn't disappointed.
I personally grew up with the X series. I recommend that if you're into more of a darkish tone.
I have to agree. I mean, I may not have played all of them, but I do know enough about them that, let's just say, Dr. Wily got his revenge from beyond the grave.
Mm.
In a way. Though ironically, he also ended up saving the planet after he died.
Simple. I'm doing a Five Nights at Freddy's security breach fan up, and also I think it looks decent. Oh, that's understandable. That's understandable. I
And
mean,
forget not to. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, you have your reasons. I'm not gonna fault you. Just, I mean, the game looks interesting, and I can see its fandom, but at the same time, I'm not a FNAF gal. And if I would play that, it would have to be Halloweenish kind of shit.
Actually, Kamiki, I can see why they went with that. That is strictly a manga and game story element. It was never mentioned in the anime.
Hmm. Okay,
The
right.
reason being,
Later,
go
Kamen
ahead, go
Rider.
ahead.
Later, Kamen Rider Mebius.
Yeah, Kamiki, the reason behind that was because it was their father's way of trying to save what was left of the son that he already grew attached to, considering he had two twin boys, and basically one of them died of a rare heart condition. Hey, Justin.
Oh shit! Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Hey, hey, bro. Welcome to the stream.
I mean, yeah, it's a little fucked up, Kamiki, but look at it this way. At least in some form, both his sons live on, not just one. Even if one was technically a part of his DNA turned into a computer program.
Yeah. I think. Hmm. I think I have an idea.
Hmm.
I'm probably gonna get started on an intro and outro for Justin, and then wait for his instructions on what we could do tomorrow.
Right. Also, Guillermo's asked about Devil May Cry, hon, if you have any interest in it.
Well, thanks to has his friends game sharing with us, I might plan on playing Devil May Cry 5.
I do recommend Devil May Cry 5, but if you're looking for more story element shit, here's the order you want to go in
Mm-hmm.
terms of if you go for purely chronological story order. Devil May Cry 3, Devil May Cry 2, 1. Well, no, not 2. Devil May Cry 3 because it's technically a prequel to the first two games. So you'll want to go to 3, 1, 2, then 4, then 5.
Also, I'm just jumping in after listening to Kagi's cover to see how y'all doing. We're doing good. We're doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
And
I know that cover's giving you nostalgia, so I have an idea. We're gonna use that. Use that cover.
also, believe it or not, the only Devil May Cry game I've never played was that DMC reboot. Here's the thing. I heard that it was terrible, but I've never played it, so I can't really say anything about it.
Hmm.
So I have to keep my mouth shut on the matter until I actually have gotten a chance to play it.
Anyway, yeah.
Monster Hunter. Believe it or not, I've never played a single Monster Hunter game. I don't know if Crossy has, but I have not.
Also, as for the classic series, I say start with Mega Man 7. It's not as well as edgy as, but Mega Man 7 explains a bit of the 6 games. Alright, need some clip sixes. Yeah, but then again, I have Inosuke clips from the Mugen Train thing since I haven't saved them on my phone. But anyways, I'll be right back for a minute, guys.
I'll keep the chat entertained, don't worry.
Don't eat them.
I am not. I'm busy sketching. But anyways, now I'm gonna take a break from sketching. Chat, any questions you got for me? Lay it on me. As long as they're nothing super personal. Hello, she loves Gogeta. Welcome to Crossy's stream. I'm basically her partner in crime of Hazard. I'm just sitting here entertaining the chat while she's basically went BRB. So yeah, any questions, chat? Like if you like, I could list like whatever shit I grew up with, whatever I favor, within reason, of course. Ha! Funny, Cooler. Dark Souls, I've only played maybe the first one. I'm not the biggest fan, to be honest. Like, I'm just not the biggest fan of Dark Souls, to be honest with you. You're good, Jamerson. Welcome to the stream. Not as knowledgeable as I would be on Mega Man X, Zero, and NT Warrior, to be honest with you, Andrea. Like, the classics, I barely know jack shit about, believe it or not. And Moonfire, to answer your question, I think, yes, Vegeta's an anti-hero because, let's be fair, Goku is a bleeding heart compared to Vegeta, by and far. I have to say it, Goku is practically a bleeding heart. Because, here's the thing, we're talking about the same guy who took a very vicious opportunity to beat the unholy hell out of Frieza. If you ever seen the Resurrection F movie. Okay, Sheila Gogeta, to answer your question, I don't think so. Mainly because Gimps is lazy as hell. Bandai and Gimps are lazy as hell, and they clearly have no interest in working on another game, just milking the shit out of Xenoverse 2 as long as they can. Kamiki, answer your question. If I had to pick a breeding style from Demon Slayer, ooh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna be honest. Probably pick either water breeding or I'm gonna be honest. It's between 4 different styles because they all look interesting to me. Either water breathing, Hinokami style. And the reason for water breathing is because of Gyu, honestly. Then there's beast breathing, because Inosuke is a bad motherfucker, plain and simple.
I'm back.
Welcome back, hon. The last one, only because of my curiosity about it, the wind breathing style.
Goku fans when he loses an equalized stat debate. The fans,
let's be honest, Cooler. Like, even when Toriyama came out and said that Goku, Gogeta, and Vegito are literally equal in every way, fans still threw a bitch fit trying to disprove the creator himself that they're not as equal as he said they are. Also, not even joking. Favorite Mega Man X game. Purely because of familiarity, in all honesty, Andrea, I'd have to pick X5. Like I said, I haven't played too many of the Mega Man X games, so I can't really give too much of an opinion on the games overall.
Also, I'm currently eating mashed potatoes.
Okay. You'd rather be a shonen protagonist or isekai protagonist? I do not blame you, Cooler, because there's a lot of good isekai anime. There really is. Like, hell, some of the best anime to date are isekai anime, so I can't fault you there.
Water wheel, water basin, water wheel, water wheel. Like,
if I had to pick just one, ooh, I would see if I could probably make a mix of either. Like, I'm just gonna take a stab at this one. Actually, I just remembered there was one more breathing style, like Rengoku's flame breathing. Cause let's be fair, it's pretty kick-ass.
And Goku is gone too soon, man.
I know. Trust me. A lot of fans were pissed about Rengoku.
The part that hit me the most was his bond with his mom, which I can freaking relate. Like, damn it.
I don't blame you, babe. I really don't. Rengoku is just that likable character. They wrote him too well, let's be fair. They wrote that guy too well. Also, I have to say it.
Also, for you newcomers out there, if you guys want to donate and help out the channel, the link is pinned in the chat and in the description down below. Donate at your own leisure. If you don't want to donate, your support is welcome.
Okay. Also, Jameson, to be fair, this was actually said by both Shinobu and Rengoku themselves in the Demon Slayer anime. There's actually a distinct difference between flame breathing and fire breathing. Then they actually and the flame breathing practitioners actually take offense to calling their style fire breathing.
Can you tell me why your woman simps over homicidal characters like Goku Black?
To be fair, she simps harder for Turles and Greed than Goku Black. Though, to be fair, I can kind of see why. Greed is a badass in his own right, and he is a greedy boy. He even openly admits it. Like, he literally says in one of his opening lines in Fullmetal Alchemist, I'm greedy, and I want everything this world has to offer. And Eternity's at the top of the list.
I don't hate Rengoku.
Nobody can really hate Rengoku. Like I said, he was written too well.
Yeah, and he was gone too soon. You know, if he hadn't taken it, like if Tanjiro would have interfered like a bit earlier, like Rengoku would have been alive. But then again, I knew that would kind of tarnish Tanjiro's character development if he'd stayed alive.
Actually, Rengoku said, and so did, and here's the thing: even Inosuke was forced to acknowledge this. There was nothing they could have done when they fought Akaza. They were moving simply too fast for them to keep up. If they could barely even see them, they would only just be getting in the way. Sad as it is.
That bitch is still surviving. Akaza.
I have to say it. Rengoku is just too well written a character. I'm gonna be honest, like Rengoku, what really won me over with him as a character, I'm gonna be honest, I initially didn't like him too much because of how like he just jumped straight to the whole kill Nezuko thing without, any real context. Which kind of fucked with him. Oh, how could I forget? That was funny.
Nezuko-chan.
Zenitsu, if I have to pick any character in that series who's a complete and utter simp, it's Zenitsu. And nobody here can fault me on that either. Zenitsu really is a gigantic world-class simp.
Anyone remember the funny moment that Inosuke used a rock to chip his two swords that his sword mismade? Nice. We're sorry.
No, he was expected ready to kill the unholy shit out of Inosuke for fucking chipping his swords like that.
Because he likes his swords with in the shape of a freaking saw.
Yeah, though, ironically, while his swords are fucked up to hell, it actually helps Inosuke cut through demons easier.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he chipped it that way. He did it on purpose.
What would you rather have? A symbiote, ghoulite, blacklight virus, or the bowel parasite? You can only have one. Shit. I would have a symbiote.
Probably a symbiote, to be honest. Because I know that one literally better than the other three.
Rengoku, in my honest opinion, was one of the best characters in Demon Slayer, in my opinion. Being an amazing motivator for Tanjiro to grow stronger, I even have to say his theme of his night form is so memorable. I love it. Too bad the game doesn't allow you to use it when you're on stream.
Yeah, the copyright is strong on that one, but to be fair, it's kind of understandable. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I doubt they'll lift the copyright thing until maybe a year after Demon Slayer is finished. Because the anime is still ongoing, technically.
They did the same with Kingdom Hearts. It's been out for quite a while, and they're letting people who are streaming via the PS4 to stream the open.
Because part of the reason being they're trying to prevent spoilers. That's part of the reason, at least.
No, I meant I meant for the
I get what
introduction
you're
of the
saying.
game. Like the intro for the game.
Like, let me think. There was another thing with yeah, but also I gotta point this out as well. With Inosuke, we'll get to his backstory soon enough, and believe it or not, I haven't watched season 2 yet. I'm gonna wait till season 2 is completely up before I do watch it.
Yeah.
That way I can just binge all one go.
Don't forget about me.
I know. I didn't say I was gonna do it without you. I'm saying I'd rather have it like be able to binge it in one go.
And be up here. Yes.
Then there's.
I hope you and your friend enjoy my content, CJ. I hope my crossover craziness and the random times a cartoon character from a kid's show says the most fucked up things, like smacking someone in the dick, is, humorous.
I still have to say this much. One of my favorites from your most recent one, Ton, has to be when you literally added in that clip of Tessa cussing out Fowler over the phone. That was comedy gold.
Yeah. I think my recent favorite moment in the crossover craziness, freaking adding El Tigre to the mix.
Oh, I have to point something out real quick, and I just remembered this too.
What?
And nobody can get mad at me for this, for the record, because it's true if you think about it. Okay, you know that one character, Ito from Genshin Impact, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody here can tell me he doesn't look like he's a relative of Rengoku.
Oh no. Not this shit again. Can someone tell me what does Kingdom Hearts story even stand for?
I don't know anymore. Like, I stopped trying to keep up with the story a long ass time ago.
Complication.
Sometimes I feel like the creator was just like stumbling around when he wrote the story of Kingdom Hearts, to be honest.
Because you have to go by Birth by Sleep. 1, Chain of Memories. 2, 358 days, freaking Dream Job Distance, Recoded.
Like I said, the whole thing just seems convoluted as hell. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like the Kingdom Hearts story was just written to be convoluted as fuck for no reason. I wouldn't be surprised if they did have Ito have Rengoku's voice. But let's be fair, if you look at Ito, you look at Rengoku, they look far too much alike for it to be coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, even his hairstyle is very resemblant of Rengoku. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the future they decide to throw in Rengoku as a playable character on Genshin in the future just because. I mean, I could see it happening.
Kingdom Hearts is too complicated in its story for me, for which it's rather frustrating.
Like I said, I felt like it was simple enough with the first 2 Kingdom Hearts games, but then they went overboard with the story at that, like to the point where it was literally impossible to properly interpret.
Mm-hmm.
It's so confusing that it's literally got to the point where I just don't want to bother with it anymore.
Also, spoiler alert, I am the master.
Ha.
Also, Crossy with the Tessa cussing skit, I'm surprised you didn't use the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridged audio where Tem cusses out Yugi for switching with him in their day with Terry. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Good idea for later. Thank you, Kamiki.
Now that I think about it.
There was a lot of alternate jokes that I could have done, but
Tessa just going raw and uncut was the better path to go. Like, it was literally the better path to go.
I was talking about my recent craziness stuff, that there was alternate jokes that I could have taken.
True.
Also, Kamiki, have you seen my recent craziness bit that I did this week? To be honest, I felt like KH2 was a good solid ending. That's just me. You think KH4 is hard?
Here's how I feel about this, and you can't get mad at me for this, for the record. I feel like with 308, like 358 days, is I feel like at that point they should have ended it there. And like if they were gonna do 3, they could have done it in a like. They could have I feel like 3 could have been resolved a long ass time ago. No, Blaze Blue lore I can get easily, actually, compared to Kingdom Hearts. I get Blaze Blue lore. It's actually rather simple if you look at it in one direction. Basically, put 6 heroes, the Black Beast. It's mostly a time travel story if you think about it.
I will say this. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I will say this now, Kamiki. I am not responsible. Okay, maybe I am responsible if you have asthma attack through the craziness jokes because of how I put like El Tigre over Devil Artemis audio.
Also, regarding yeah, okay, cool. To be fair, with Blaze Blue lore, it's actually pretty straightforward if you look at it carefully. Because let's see, the reason Ragna is out to kill Terami, because Terami literally fucked up his childhood. I mean, that was pretty blunt. And if you look at Terami's backstory, like, if you go too far into Terami's backstory, that's where it starts getting convoluted a little bit. Mm-hmm. And to be fair, it's because Terami's an asshole. Though he apparently had his reasons to be an asshole. Like, if you think about it, Terami actually had his reasons for being an asshole. One of those reasons especially being that, sad as it is, he was basically used as Ninth's fucking puppet at one point in the games.
I'm sorry, but I can explain the KH in one sentence. Time doesn't apply to Sora.
No shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, with Blaze Blue, it's easier to get, actually. You just gotta look carefully at the plot. Mm-hmm. I mean, let's see. Oh, wait. Ragna's sister was technically cloned. That was a thing. And one of those clones turned out to be literally the god of death. Which was literally explained in the second game.
350
and Terami basically just wanted to cause as much death as possible, because fuck everyone. He's that much of an asshole. And Relics Clover is literally no better. He's even worse, if anything.
Also,
yes, Andrea, it's just I
mean, like I said, at least Kingdom Hearts. At least it's not. At least Kingdom Hearts is not convoluted than the Pokemon lore, and that's why going
Pokemon
by
lore.
Anime lore.
It depends on the. It depends. Well, to be fair, Pokemon's pretty straightforward. The problem is they refuse to let Ash grow the fuck up. Let's be honest.
They de-aged him, and that didn't help.
They de-aged him twice. Not once, twice. Yep, and yes, exactly. Terami hates humanity for being selfish. Ironic considering he's considered one of the greatest villains of all time, and he has done everything he can to piss everyone off around him.
Honestly, who would win, Dio or Terami in the Susanoo unit?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Dio has one big advantage, and that is like here's the thing. To be fair, Terami technically exists outside of time, so I don't think the world would actually help to stop him. Terami's soul technically exists outside of time, so he can't be killed by normal means. How can man prove that?
As a time patroller, you can prevent history from being changed. Kelly says hi.
Huh?
And she's ready.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
God damn it, CL.
No. God damn.
But yeah, in all seriousness, I have to point this out to be fair.
Is she reading me? Hold on. Let me check. Because I don't believe it for a second.
Oh, New 13 is something else.
Hold on.
Oh, God.
Hold on. Let me go back. Let me check. Nope, she stopped streaming. Hello, CL
I don't think
Raiders.
Caboose is bullshit. I don't think Caboose is bullshitting.
I don't see the raid.
Unless they're just still going over to your channel now. I don't know. Pokemon lore is confusing, yes, but not overly so like Kingdom Hearts. Yeah.
As a tank patrol,
they're coming in now.
Cleaning up my mess.
Teramy, like I said, Taramy's a psychopath through and through.
What the fuck?
But the sad part is, I can't believe I'm even saying this, but to a degree, if you think about it, Teramy is essentially being his own version of the Joker from the Dark Knight movies. If that makes any sense.
Damn it. He gets no fucking dip. Let me give it to you like the simplest way possible. BlazBlue at its lowest is complex multiversal, and MFTL plus DO is MMCB and FTL at max.
In long story, in other words, DL would get wrecked by Teramy. Simply because his soul exists outside of time.
Oh my god.
Even worse, Teramy could technically possess Dio.
But yeah, hello CL Raiders, if you guys are there. Clap once. If you guys aren't there, clap twice.
Yep, there's the Raiders.
Oh no.
Yeah, like I said, the problem, like I said, Teramy, because not only that, but here's the other thing Teramy set up, just be an asshole. He didn't just have just one way to die. Like, he set up at least 3 different ways to prevent himself from dying. One of them being that as long as Ragna hates him with a fiery passion, he can never completely die. He literally rigged that on purpose.
Yes.
Just because he could.
Welcome to the stream, CL Raiders. Good.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. Like, for anyone who's a BlazBlue fan, yeah, like, Teramy is that type of motherfucker.
I will try to play Who's Your Daddy, okay? I will try to play. Right now I'm busy with Scarlet Nexus and I kind of want to get the DLC packs.
Let me say, there was one other game I was thinking about. But yeah, basically, so if you think about it, BlazBlue is actually pretty straightforward. Just a few twists and turns here and there if you know to look. We are fine, Dr. B. We're just having a fun time having a little discussion stream. Yeah, New 13, I'm going to say straight up, she is a crazy bitch, and I can't believe I've been saying this, but consider her yandere tendencies. Given enough time, she'd probably give Gasai a run for her money, and that's saying something. Because let's look at, like, if you've ever seen Future Diary, you know who Gasai is. You know what she's done, and you know what she would do. She is technically a goddess of time. Technically.
Why does everybody always go for the goddess and god title? I have no idea.
To be fair, was not voluntarily made the goddess of time. She had the title yeeted at her. And Han, I'd have to show you Future Diary to get the full context, but long story short, basically, she was made the goddess of time because she was thrown into a death game. Because the original god of time basically wanted to give up his title to someone, and because was the last survivor, she technically got the role. She didn't want it. All she wanted was to live with her boyfriend in peace. But she went insane due to both how she was horribly abused and because of, losing her boyfriend in said death game.
Well, anyway, I gotta go to sleep, so peace, bees, yee. Later.
Later, cooler. Tsubaki is a troubled mess. She's a hot mess.
I haven't seen all of BlazBlue, but I've played BlazBlue Cross Tag, if that helps.
Long story short, Han, Tsubaki is from the original BlazBlue games. She's been in almost every single one. Now, if you want to explain Tsubaki, I have to say this straight up. She's a troubled mess, and to be fair, the reason she's basically such a bitch in the first 2 games was because she was misled and manipulated by Teramy. And Terumi manipulated the unholy shit out of her, going as far as to literally having orders sent to her to kill her two best friends. Yeah, I admit that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how would you feel if you were literally ordered to kill your best friends, one of which would probably kill you if pushed too far?
Mm.
So Tsubaki's really more of a hot mess in terms of, character development. She was manipulated, she was toyed with, she was abused, the whole 9 yards with Blaze Blue with Tsubaki. So, if anything, I just feel nothing but pity for her. Because of how easily she was misled to the point where she was literally possessed by her own weapon. That's literally the best way I can describe it. And Kamiki, I can't fault you for liking Makoto and Taokaka. They are hilarious characters, to be honest. Like, put it this way, the way I see Makoto, I'm gonna be honest, Makoto reminds me of you. And before you ask, I'll send you a picture of her real quick. Here is a picture of Makoto Namiya. Then again, you've played Crossy, so you should probably know who she is. Crossy?
Hmm?
Boop.
I was thinking.
Here's a picture of Makoto. I just sent it to you in DMs. That's Makoto.
But yeah, like, once I get enough stuff, like, I'll probably get to making my collection after I'm done with Scarlet Nexus, which will be a while. Oh, yes.
Hmm?
I want.
What the heck are you on about?
Cosplay.
Maybe. To be fair, I've got plenty to do right now.
I know it. But it looks so cool, though.
To be fair, that was her outfit as of, I think, the third Blaze Blue game. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Oh yeah, it was Chrono Phantasma.
Yeah, well, TV's gonna go out the window soon since no one's watching TV anymore.
Oh no, people still watch TV. Don't make the mistake about that.
Yeah.
People still do.
I mean, Disney's already killing their channel with streaming services.
And that's what's bringing people back to watching TV. Like people like adding streaming services and whatnot. As for Taokaka, like I'm gonna be honest, I feel bad for Taokaka, like not because of anything particularly wrong for anything like that, but more because of more recent events, like because her voice actor passed away a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, Jamerson, a lot of Blaze Blue characters have their fair share of problems. Raglan's eternally angry because the one thing he has, because everything he ever had growing up was ripped away from by Terumi. Can you blame him? Rachel, well, let's be fair. She's a vampire princess who, for the most part, lives alone for thousands of years, and she's repeatedly forced to watch the death of someone she's supposed to keep an eye on. That would make anyone a little bit. That would make anyone a little bit snippy.
Mm-hmm.
Noelle, oh boy, she is a troubled mess. Leave it at that. Jin is a nugget in a fruitcake, though not his fault. It's because of his fucking weapon. While yes, he has ridiculous control over ice and everything involving it, the downside is he goes nuts the longer he uses it. So he was already a bit cuckoo thanks to that fucking sword of his. And hun, the best way to sum up Jin Kisaragi is literally this: a crazier blonde version of Toshiro Hitsugai from Bleach. Let's see. In the case of, let me think, I'm trying to remember because a lot of characters I don't remember. Oh yeah, Kokonoe. Oh boy, she's got a foul temper. That one. Han, the best way I can sound Kokonoe, thinking, okay, you remember Evil Callie from SWAT Cats, right? Right, hon?
Mm-hmm.
Think that, but with a shorter temper. And the reason for that is because Kokonoi holds a bit of a grudge against her father for letting her mom die, supposedly.
Yep.
Shit, I'm trying to remember some of the other ones because it's been a while. Relius Clover is a complete psycho, plain and simple. He literally turned his wife into a mechanical doll, just because he could. He didn't give a reason for it, just that he could. Not only that, but he essentially destroyed his own family.
Mm-hmm.
Hardly someone actually was dumb to let that bastard reproduce in the first place, but there you go.
Okay. Any last questions or donation stuff, guys?
Okay,
What do we think of chat from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX? I haven't seen Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
Yeah, Crossy has, believe it or not seen Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. She's seen, here's what I know she's seen. She's seen the original, she's seen Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, she's seen Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal.
Zexal's kind of like a guilty pleasure, but Bonds Beyond Time, 5Ds.
Pretty much, and yeah, like, she's only seen those. GX, I need to rewatch personally, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, in my honest opinion, like when it comes to Chaz, you gotta ask me which version I actually like, because I don't care for the anime version too much.
I mean,
the manga version I can respect.
I'll just send him over Lady Zamasu and Boma Bunny's way. I will watch GX at some point. I'm just gonna watch the sub version. Maybe the dub version.
What, for GX?
Yeah, for GX.
Yeah, because though weirdly enough, GX didn't skip too many episodes dub wise. Just mostly season 4 and a few episodes throughout seasons 1 and 3. Yeah, like, to be fair, there are a lot of people I know who have either didn't watch GX or didn't watch 5Ds, yada yada yada. I know I've seen everything up till Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. I'm not the biggest fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, to be honest with you. I don't know what it's about it, but I don't see the appeal in it personally. I'm not saying that Moonfire. I'm not saying that it sucks or anything. I'm just saying I need to rewatch GX because it has been a long time.
Mm-hmm. Like poor Vegeta, he never gets no respect by his father and created like Kirito.
It is what it is. I mean, Toriyama has admitted in an interview he never liked Vegeta or Chi-Chi much. I mean, and we're talking about the same guy who point blank admitted that he only made Super Saiyan, the color of Super Saiyan transformation look the way it does because he was too lazy to put extra ink into it.
Not to mention
that's literally the reason.
Letting his lackey do all the storytelling for Super. Then again, who reads it?
Again, Toriyama has been known to be kind of lazy with his writing, period. He's even admitted this openly. So you acquire on that one. I'm gonna be honest with you, you can blame 4Kids for GX ending the way it did dub-wise. Because the sub version is fine, believe it or not. Like, I have no issue with the sub version.
They just wanted to get to 5Ds faster.
Exactly. That's literally the reason why GX never got the dub finished. Their official reason 4Kids gave was that it was too dark, and to a degree they weren't lying, but they weren't telling the whole truth. The other reason being is because Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds was announced literally around the same time that GX Season 4 was already was halfway finished. And 4Kids immediately scrambled to get 5Ds.
And you know how we saw the commercials for Zexal when we were at the final episodes of
5Ds? Yeah. Yeah, 4Kids. To be fair, no, you have to remember, 4Kids, they basically lost the legal battle with TV Tokyo. That's why they don't technically dub Zexal anymore. Like, they never got the chance to because...
I mean, they're 4K media now, but, you know.
Yeah, but TV Tokyo has them on a very short leash. After the shit they pulled back with GX and 5Ds. And after the shit they pulled, yeah.
Now that I think about it, they're reaching out for voice actors that are online based. Like, you know, that does online work, voiceover work. And Twilight 7 has the English dub now with
I'm
the
not
game.
surprised with that
with
one.
The game first.
But yeah, there you go, guys. There's your reason as to why 4Kids like you. If no, honestly, with how GX basically was, kind of screwed over in terms of getting all of its content dubbed, you can blame that completely on 4Kids Entertainment.
Also, Kamiki got a good question. If dual spirits did exist, which Yu-Gi-Oh monster would be your dual spirit? For me, it would be Silent Swordsman. Black Magician Girl.
Fair enough. Honestly, I can't say for certain, but
better not pick fucking Blue Eyes. No,
hon. I never said I had a thing for Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Good.
I never did say that. Remember?
I said good.
In all honesty, it depends on. I guess it depends on my mood, so to speak. Like, I have a few favorite monsters here and there. You already know one of them, Stardust Dragon, hands down. And you can't fault me for it either. In all honesty, probably Stardust Dragon. I'll say that much. Let's see.
We're not focused on Dragon Ball at the moment. Granted, there's like a movie coming up, but I'm not a good Dragon Ball discussioner like Geekdom and Osco X.
Honestly, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I've personally gotten sick of Dragon Ball, especially due to the toxicity in the fandom. That's one of the reasons why I prefer not to discuss it half the time. Because it really has gotten toxic beyond reason for me.
And the whole Toei situation with the whole Total Net Mark situation was kind of like the icing on the cake.
Granted, they finally repealed the strikes and shit, but they did do a lot of damage to the fandoms, like, faith in them.
Hell, like some peeps are like leaving the fandom, like like from what I saw on Twitter.
Some big Dragon Ball YouTubers have completely left the Dragon Ball fandom. I'm not even joking about that. Totally Not Mark even stated publicly he doesn't want to do anything related to Dragon Ball ever again after how they treated him. And I don't blame him. I cannot blame him in all honesty. If they did that shit to me, I would have said the same thing.
Guy got emotionally destroyed, like.
It wasn't just that. You have to remember, they took down over 150 of his videos. And the worst part is, only a bunch of them were actually using footage directly from the anime. A lot of it was like a lot of the content he put was some of his own artwork, some of his own animation work, and Toei completely fucked him in that department.
Yeah, whenever we do reviews and shit, like we kinda, be careful.
Speaking of which, I have to point this out real quick. We've already said this before back in 2019. We're going to reconfirm this now. Do not ask us to review Dragon Ball. We will immediately say no.
Even if it's the OG Dragon Ball.
We're not reviewing any Dragon Ball content. It has been talked about for years and years and years before we came along. Trust me.
And even if we did talk about Dragon Ball, we're just going to be like a duplicate of Masako X, Geekdom.
Not just that, but to be fair, let's point this out. Dragon Ball is not one of the shows that needs any help in terms of keeping it relevant or keeping it alive. It's doing fine with toxic fans at its core now. It's doing fine in terms of keeping itself relevant. We're focusing mostly on shows that aren't as relevant. Shows that either deserve a second chance or at least have a first look. Dragon Ball has already had many people looking at it, and still does to this day. There is no reason for us to review it at this time or ever in the near future.
How much do you live? Yo, I love him as a child, okay? I love him, like he's
her ideal child.
He's my headphone bean.
Put it this way, Yo Asakura is essentially her. Yo Asakura is essentially her ideal child.
Yes.
That's the best way to describe. Because
like all anime protagonists need to be like Yo, like to have a clear mind.
No. Q, that's not the reason why like Dragon Balls have been so toxic. The reason being is because fans constantly bitch and moan about every other which way within the fandom, and within the media itself. That's why it's gotten so toxic.
Like if the anime does something like
Naruto has literally nothing to do with it.
Like if the fandom does something like, different, like, the Universe 6 Saiyans, they get mad. Or if like
they get mad over everything to the point where it's literally become disgusting.
Like there's no use to appease them.
Exactly. That's why I said point blank, you can't really blame other animes for sometimes it's like I said, the fandom itself is one reason why Dragon Ball's become so toxic. Like literally the fandom itself is the reason why it's so toxic now.
So basically it's your kid if he's a greater turtle. No.
They milked Dragon Ball to death a long time ago with Xenoverse 2. I'm sorry to say it, bud. They milked it to death a long time ago with Xenoverse 2. I gotta say it. Because, let's be fair here, Gimps and Bandai have made it abundantly clear they don't plan on ever making Xenoverse 3. That much is painfully obvious.
I mean, sure, we have Dragon Ball Breakers, but that doesn't break the ice.
But they're not really making Xenoverse 3. They've already made that abundantly clear. And they have no plans to. There has been not even one announcement for Xenoverse 3. And to be fair, the last several times they've been hinting at something new for Dragon Ball, people have been jumping out, I feel like Bandai and Gimp are pulling this shit on purpose just to fuck with the fandom at this point, to be honest with you.
I mean, look at the Fighters DLC.
Exactly.
Which could
Though, to be fair, remember, Fighters, you have to remember, Arc System Works handles that game. And they've made it no big secret that they prefer working on Guilty Gear over Fighters.
Really?
Think about it. When Strive came out, everyone went to Strive. Everyone. I literally hopped into Fighters at one point online, when Strive came out, and I saw barely anyone playing Fighters. It was clear that Arc System Works did too good a job on Strive for them to give two shits about Fighters.
Just an Demi included.
Exactly. Pokemon is relevant in its own way, but to be fair, it's more because of the games than the anime, in my honest opinion. Because let's be honest, Game Freak is supported heavily by the sales of their games. Let's be honest.
Also, I can't deny they kind of make good ass music though back then.
I will agree with that. I can't argue with that one. But like I said, certain animes, Dragon Ball especially has been milked hardcore. I have to say it.
Wait, Killa kills the little sister of Gurren Lagann Wakamiki.
I can't. Okay, I'm sorry, but I have to debunk that bit too about the modders and YouTubers. Part of the problem is that the fan base overall, not just the YouTubers, is part of the problem. I gotta say it.
They're trying to do things right that would be good ideas. To be honest, I can't give them that.
What's your guys' favorite Nintendo series? Honestly, believe it or not, I'm not much of a Nintendo person. I actually grew up on Sega. I grew up on Sega games.
I'm kind of mixed. But then I kind of learned that I'm kind of like a platformer / RPG kind of person.
Yeah, in my case, I was into it still. I'm a bit of a platform gamer, but I'm also more of a shooter, racing game type of person, fighting game type of person. Depends on my mood and depends on my taste, to be honest.
Yeah, like a racing game, RPG, and
yeah, pretty much. Point blank, there's like I said.
Did you watch
but here's the thing about the mods on. Okay, I have to point this out. The mods with Xenoverse 2, to be fair, it's because people are trying to at least find some enjoyment out of it without having since they're not getting a new game, they're trying to make their own improvements to said game. And I can't fault them for that, but overall, I just find Xenoverse 2 personally really bland at this point because they've milked it way past its prime.
Again, I only came for the
models.
Not the models, but just for the Caulifla and Kale deals.
I didn't even bother. I honestly didn't. I didn't bother getting any DLC, to be honest.
Understandable. Have a great day.
I'm gonna be straight up with you with you guys on this. I personally think that in some ways Dragon Ball it's past its prime. It really is.
Hazard is a fellow Sega baby. A small Sega flex.
Yep.
To explain that, Crossy, because Kill la Kill was animated by the same company that animated Gurren Lagann. My friends and I call it the little sister of Gurren Lagann since it came out after it.
Actually, there's a reason for this. Actually, that I'm glad you pointed that out. Actually, Kamiki, like I'm glad you said that because that actually I can actually confirm that. In fact, though, because get this, sad as it is, okay, and here's where it gets a little bit nutty. Apparently, if you think about it, this actually relates somewhat to the series Panty and Stocking.
Ooh.
Because several of the key members of the production staff for that series left to join Trigger and work on Kill la Kill and other anime, for what I heard. This was from Studio Gainax. So it wasn't just so yeah, if you think about it, it actually makes sense why, sadly, Panty and Stocking, for any fans out there, they will never get a season 2, literally because production staff members left. And that's for the whole aging Ash in Pokemon. Technically, they aged him and then de-aged him twice. The problem is the writers don't seem to want to let him age too much at all. Like, they want to keep him as a kid forever because apparently it helps sell the anime or something like that. I don't fucking know.
Just like how they did it with, if they did it in Pokemon, they have to do it in every anime product. Beyblade, Sevens, Bakugan, Duel Masters.
Which reminds me, about that. Regarding the whole Ash aging in Pokemon thing, I can confirm this much, hon. The reason why, what was it? The reason why basically, I actually looked this up a while back what Ash's age should have been by now.
What?
Sorry. Ash by now should have been at least 19 years old. At least. If you take into account all the time he spent traveling the regions.
From the Kanto region to the XY region.
Yeah, pretty much. To at least X and Y, to the Kalos region, he should be at least 19 years old right now. And that's lowballing it a bit. He should be at least 19. I mean, so Ash, crazy. By all means, but then that would have meant the studio would have been forced to basically involve the more, I guess you want to say, borderline adult, like, topics and such. And also, I read this article some time ago. Apparently, why they won't bring Serena back in Pokemon anime is because they would have to include that Ash would most likely be in a relationship, which is something they don't want for, a kid's show. So blame the executives for that decision, guys.
Yep.
Blame the executives for that decision. Oh no, the X and Y, Mr. David, stands for mostly the X and the Pokemon that are literally listed with the names X with the starting letter X and Y, or in this case, Xerneas and Yveltal. Z would be for Zygarde, one of the 3 legendary Pokemon of the Kalos region.
Let's not forget Dinosaur King anime, as well as everybody misses Dinosaur King a lot. Oof.
I have not seen Dinosaur King, so I can't really say much on that series.
It's a 4. It was done by 4Kids, and it's on Netflix, from what I remember.
Ooh. I'll have to check it out because I've literally never seen it.
I haven't seen it. I've seen bits when I was a kid, but at the same time, I kind of.
Okay, and a little fun fact for those who don't know: Digimon actually was the first to be created before Pokemon, not the other way around in Japan. The problem was because of localization and all that bullshit. technically speaking, when it came to localization, Digimon came second. But yeah, no joke. Digimon came out second when it came to localization. And because of that, that's why people assumed back then that Digimon was a knockoff of Pokemon or vice versa. That's not entirely true. It was purely just timing that made it seem that way. Because they both came out roughly the same year. But yeah, like I said, blame Drago Griffo, blame the writers. Just blame the writers. Blame it all on the writers. Because it's literally their fault that Ash hasn't aged. Hell, I think they literally de-aged him in Sun and Moon again. Bad enough they de-aged him in I think it was either in no, it was Black and White they de-aged him. Because he was actually more mature before then. Then they de-aged him again in they kind of de-aged him yet again in what was it, Black and White, and then again in Sun and Moon. Oh, you'd be surprised how many anime get thrown under the bus simply by being forgotten. You'd be surprised. I wouldn't even make this up. Like, for real, there are a lot of anime that have been forgotten that were once big names.
In honest opinion, which Digimon is the best in your from order best to worst? This also includes the reboot, for me, Frontier reboot, Tamers, OG, the second season with Vemon, Data Squad.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I have not seen the reboot yet. I have not seen a reboot yet, so I can't really make a judgment call on that one. However, if you're talking like for best ones for me personally,
From best to worst.
For me, this is a tie for the best one. It's Adventure 2 and Tamers, but here's why. They had some really dark elements in Tamers that I honestly appreciated. Like, for real, like, there were some really dark elements I honestly appreciated when it came to Digimon Tamers and Digimon Adventure 2. Especially given some of the context behind some of those darker themes. In a very close second, it would be Digimon Frontier. And this initially I didn't like it, but it grew on me.
I like the spirit evolution thing, Frontier.
In all honesty, what really sealed the deal for me at one point, Digimon Data Squad does come in very close still, but also so does Adventure 1. They tied for third for me because, don't get me wrong, I love Adventure to this day. It's just, for me, Adventure 2 was slightly better.
I've heard of Pop Teen Epic. I haven't seen Excel Saga, though.
Mainly because, no, then again, I have to point out, to be fair, when it came to the Digimon Adventure as a whole, both of them, I'm gonna be honest, they had one, the best written villain was literally Myotismon, hands down. He was literally one of the best written villains.
Everyone else missed Saturday morning cartoons growing up. Hell, that's why I got introduced to Dragon Ball. Saturday morning cartoons.
I got introduced to a lot of different shows through Saturday morning cartoons, but before the FCC decided, nah, we don't need the Saturday morning cartoons no more. Fuck you. And yes, that was an FCC decision. I shit you not. Look it up.
Also, 4Kids made a big fuck up when they were trying to present Dragon Ball Z Kai.
Oh, did they ever?
Piccolo is a Saiyan.
Well, oh, not just that. Another colossal 4Kids fuck up. You guys may not know this, but the reason why 4Kids isn't around anymore is because they went and fucked with the wrong people. TV Tokyo. They tried to cheat TV Tokyo out of roughly $300 million.
Hence why, like, you guys saw the uncut dubs, and they got after them for the uncut dub that they did.
It wasn't just that. They also lied on the books about how much money they were making from the dub. No joke. They literally lied about the they straight up lied about how much money they were making from dubbing Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds and Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. And when I'm gonna be blunt, when TV Tokyo found out, they were fucking furious.
You know, it's a good thing that One Piece got bought by Funimation from them.
They had 4Kids was given a choice. They put it this way, they had to file for bankruptcy due to not just the poor ratings they were suffering from. They suffered some pretty bad ratings thanks to how they were marketing the dub for 5Ds. But they skipped a lot of episodes in a poor attempt to save money to fight the 3-year-long legal battle between them and TV Tokyo.
Hey, has anyone here heard about Shinzo? This anime is exclusive to Jetix and it's nearly impossible to find it.
Shinzo? Oh, I remember that series. It wasn't bad, honestly. I'll have to show you sometime. Yeah, the issue was that Shinzo was a really tricky series to find and wasn't that well known, sadly. And then again, if I remember correctly, Shinzo was first premiered literally when anime was just getting off the ground here outside of Japan.
32 episodes, yikes.
Actually, no. 4Kids did not milk One Piece. I have to stop you right there. In actuality, 4Kids dubbed One Piece, but here's the problem. They caused One Piece to get really horrible ratings because they skipped literally 2.5 seasons worth of content. And a lot of the editing they did was extremely unnecessary to the point where fans complained constantly about it. Literally to the point where the dub actually got canceled for a while.
And then it was brought back on Funimation.
Pretty much. Funimation's been dubbing One Piece since, what I remember correctly. But yeah, like, no joke. 4Kids had nothing to do with One Piece being as long as it is now. That was purely Toei.
And according to my older
I
brother,
suggest doing your research on that.
1,005 episodes. Let that sink in.
I can confirm that, actually. I can confirm that. It actually is at 1,005 episodes as of last week.
Just think about it in an alternate universe. Binge watching that shit.
No, that would take us forever. And even then, it's currently still ongoing. But I'm not, I cannot make this up. So yeah, for those basically saying that 4Kids was at fault for One Piece and yada yada, do your research, please.
I believe my friends and I were gonna watch an anime 4Kids dubbed. An anime 4Kids dubbed and ruined it. Anyone remember Spider Riders? I've heard about that, but
Sesame Street has nothing to do with. It's not even a cartoon, technically.
Oh.
No, like Kyoko was saying that Sesame Street. No, here's the thing you have to remember: Sesame Street is a whole different can of worms. There, it's a kids and it's a children's show. It's supposed to be on the air to teach kids things, little children that. To be fair, it's not being canceled because it does too much for children on the TV network to cancel it. It does too much. It's one of their biggest mainstays. It's one of PBS's biggest mainstays for a reason.
Which is on Cartoon Network's little kids block.
Exactly.
Kindergarten block.
Because it's supposed to be educational for kids. Hell, a lot of the shows that are on PBS, especially the educational ones for kids, they've been on the air for a reason. Because they're supposed to be there for kids to learn from. Again, there's no reason why they should cancel it if it's doing so well. There's literally no reason for them to do it.
Anywho.
And on top of that, just real quick, in fact, the only kids show in recent memory I can think of they actually are canceling, well, not so much canceling, but ending, is Arthur.
Yep.
Arthur is actually being canceled, but here's the thing. It took 26 years, if I remember correctly. 26 years for this show to get to. And here's the thing. They're ending the series. They're not canceling it. They're ending it. Big difference.
I'm still mad they actually brought back Caillou.
Oh,
don't get me
God.
started. Don't get us started
Don't
on
get me
that.
started on that little shit.
Don't get me
Do
started on
not
that
get
Saitama
me started on
looking
that little.
fuck.
Well, to be fair, he was first conceived before Saitama, so.
I know, but
Nobody likes Caillou, let's be honest. Nobody likes Caillou.
especially those fucking 8-year-olds that keep doing that. Those types of videos that are subscribed to my channel.
QQ, again, Sesame Street is a whole different can of worms. Elmo is a mainstay, just like the entire show itself. You get rid of Elmo, you're getting rid of essentially what's a good part of that series. Mm-hmm. So it'll be kind of pointless to put that argument forward.
And we've already reached the 3-hour mark. Holy shit.
Yeah, I noticed. So you can't really equate Sesame Street with some of the shows we were talking about earlier. It doesn't work that way. Okay, Grim vs. Billy and Mandy, I heard it was because of a falling out between the creator and Cartoon Network, but I don't know the details. Like, I honestly don't know all the details behind that. I'd have to look into it. But yeah. Caillou, I've only seen clips of it and I regret ever looking it up.
No. Stay away
one
from that side of YouTube. You'll thank yourself for it later. Stay away.
I honestly cannot stand spoiled children, and Caillou is a prime example of why I hate spoiled children.
It's worse. It gets worse.
I'm aware, and I wish I didn't know it existed to begin with.
Because there's like a fucking community that makes grounded videos on this little program, and you don't want to know the gory details.
I'll take your word for it.
Just save yourself the trouble. Just know.
No, ending Caillou was the best mistake they ever made. That was the best choice ever made.
Yes.
Caillou was not that good, in my honest opinion.
We're probably gonna end
PBS, and to be fair, Caillou's been around a long ass time.
Talking about freaking kids shows because we're retroids. That's what
Going back to animes. Going back to animes for a second. One more. Actually, no, not just animes, cartoons as well. One more series I highly recommend to this day. Well, two more actually. Freakazoid and Animaniacs.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason being is pretty obvious. The reason why I recommend Freakazoid is because, honestly, if you want your big share of randomness alongside, and a little fun fact if you haven't seen the review we did for Freakazoid a while back, Freakazoid was actually supposed to meant to be a very serious show. Like, along the lines of Spider-Man or Batman. It was supposed to be like one of those shows. And guess who basically helped create the series? The last people you'd expect to, create a series like Freakazoid. Bruce Timm and Paul Dini. Yeah, the same guys who made Justice League and Batman the Animated Series. Yeah, those guys. They made Freakazoid. Okay, Crossy, apparently the question is, what do you think of Beastars? Good question.
It's okay.
Honestly,
Draco Griffin, no. Shh, we do not speak of that sin. Oh, just gross.
I honestly, like I said, when it comes to Freakazoid, I enjoy it still to this day. Call me old school if you want, but that's how I am.
But yeah, like I said, guys, if you guys are kids, this is not a kids channel. Granted, you'll see cartoon shows, but they'll say some swear words.
No kidding.
I mean, have you seen the latest crossover craziness?
Yes. I watched it with you the other day.
Then we have an understanding.
It's like certain shows I've seen over the years, like when it comes to like kids swearing and shit in general, I'm gonna be honest. South Park is one of those shows where you expect it. Boondocks is another one. You learn to expect these things at some point. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm. But then I think we're done. I think we're done discussing here. If you guys enjoyed the stream, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the little notification bell. And, stay safe. I know COVID's getting worse and shit. Like,
so I've heard.
Stay away from each other.
Drink your orange juice.
And don't listen.
Wash your hands.
Don't listen to overly large meatballs that tell you to be social in real life, like because you can't, because you're in a pandemic at the moment, like a dumbass. Anywho,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But anywho,
enough said.
I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I will see you guys later. Take care, everybody.
Later, peeps.